Awesome.
I don't really think you need it. We're indoors in Sunglass
No, we
Center.
don't.
And on the chat, over on the right side, copy and paste the link to the from StreamYard there as well.
There we go.
All right, yeah, well, except for this one thing. It's too late. We're live.
Hey.
Hello, peoples.
It's okay.
All right.
How you doing, guys?
Welcome, everybody, friends and pals, guys and gals, boys and girls around the world.
Pop a squat, pop open a cold one with your boys. Hey, I'm doing it right. And
yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to another exciting live stream edition of
The Ravens Flock. Yep. Introduce yourself for the people.
Course. I'm Jose Casabona, founder of the Ravens Flock and host of the live stream weekly series on Instagram, The Wednesday Night War.
I am Juan Arauz. I am one of the other heads of the Ravens Flock. I'm the one head in the middle that's actually smartest. I think Jose is the...
I'm 50-50.
No, which head of King Ghidorah are you?
He's the derpy one.
No. Hey. I think Angel would be the derpy one.
Right, yeah, you're right. Angel's the derpy one.
And the disembodied voice that you're hearing there, probably louder than everyone else, is K-Storm Cosplay. Managing the stream
via tech person.
She's running tech for us.
And we also have
who's joining us?
Our lovely friend Cass.
Hey! Casper had the right idea.
Yeah, okay, so but here's the thing. Casper isn't in the same building as us. When we were doing the test over here, we had Jose testing in his bedroom at home, and he was like, hey, why don't I just go on a go over here? Dude, we're in the same building. Come on.
I know.
Casper, how you been, buddy?
Stir crazy as hell, but all right.
Yeah,
I know what you mean.
I know.
Like, just one thing that I wanted to ask. When you're reading other people's stream, their other people's what do you call it? Their posts about like quarantine day #1. Are you doing a Jacques Clouseau voice? Yeah, or is it just me?
It's just you.
I think it's just you.
Also, we have a Rosa Michaelis saying hi.
Rosa Michaelis, I know you. Hi, hey there. She is a friend of mine on Twitter and Instagram, and if I'm not mistaken, you're also a very loud proponent of kicking Onision's ass, just like I am. Am I right?
I think that's everybody.
Well,
really?
Everybody who knows.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
But
then again, like, can you kick if you kick a bag of trash in its ass, does it feel? Does it have pain? Or does it just ooze and secrete the weird juices that somehow always manages to get developed in trash bags? These are the questions that keep me up.
No, it's
These
not.
are the important questions.
Yeah.
God almighty.
I will say no, it's not. It is what crazy thing is K-Storm going to do next?
Actually, kind of, yeah.
Like buying an entire giant pack of watercolor paints for
actually,
no other reason than I have freaking 19 more canvases to go.
You know what? You're right, and I do want to show off one of K-Storm's works over here. But I also like Casper and Jose have the right idea. I'm over here like I'm just gonna wear my Goonies shirt and try to seem casual, but no.
I'm over here in my pajamas. What you talking about?
See, the difference is K-Storm is off camera, so
also I'm supposed to ask how you're casual. Oh, I am very casual.
Very casual, as in no. Okay, 2 seconds.
Yep, no worries.
Cozy.
We are all doing fine. A bit stir crazy, as one can expect, but fine.
Yeah, we're doing all right. I mean, I'm keeping it personally.
Isn't it pretty?
This is the work that K-Storm is doing as she is rediscovering her artistic abilities.
AKA, I'm bored, and I have.
As a matter of fact,
and this is done with that one here. This one was done with the standard elementary school, like, watercolor set thing.
Do me a favor, guys. Go ahead and catch up. I'm going to change my shirt. I'll be right back.
Rosa says she's trying to go on live, but can't.
Okay. Rosa, I don't know if they're... Okay,
That's Angel.
Okay, Angel is joining us as well. Holy crap, go ahead and add him in.
Angel!
Hey, guys, what's up? Oh, geez, I feel so impressed with this whole location.
Let me sit over here. I feel left out.
Casper, my dude. And I can actually say my dude now. It's been a long time. How's it been, man?
It's been like
I'll be right back.
1,000 years.
It's been forever and a day and a half, and oh god, my hair looks terrible.
Your hair looks
Stop it.
gorgeous. Both y'all's hair looks gorgeous. Compared
Hey,
to
Joe,
mine
good to see you
and a damn
again.
ponytail.
It's
That's
fine.
perfect.
Can you guys hear me okay? Any problems on my side?
No, you're good.
Also,
We got-
Okay, glad. I'm
great.
over there.
Casper, you should give Angel some tips on how to make his hair look fabulous. I'm just saying.
Wear
that's
a
not
hat
fair.
if it
That's-
doesn't, and pray. That's what I do.
That's not really a fair comparison because Casper is from like the theater times, so he always knows how to look fabulous. It's like a weird bloodline technique or some bullshit like that.
Yeah, you're right.
On the
Barred.
subject of theater, you must be dying right now, though.
I am used to performing like 3 or 4 times a week. I'm used to driving 5 hours for a show, and getting out and traveling the entire state. And I now haven't left my house in like,
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
We're gonna have to get a little.
The most I've left the house is to go to the mailbox.
Hang
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
I'm trying to maneuver the camera here. I need a wide-angle lens of some kind. Here we go.
There. Or we
Oh.
can just do that.
Or we can do that.
Hey,
Is this
cool.
better?
Hey.
Much better. What's up,
Okay,
guys?
also, Rosa, you were asking how to get onto the live stream. We're going to put up the link again for the invite. We're going to put it in the chat on the YouTube chat, and we're also going to put it in the Facebook event.
Please do
If-
because I invited more
On
people.
that.
All right, go ahead and do that now.
On that.
Yep.
Okay, here we go.
But anyways,
Also, hi, Wolf Essence.
Wolf Essence, hi there. Who is this?
I don't know.
Do we know you?
know?
I need a name, because I know there's Wolf Essence, but I don't know who that is in person. Is this someone that came in?
Surrender your identity.
Basically.
Yes.
Or is that someone that we already know? They're going by their own dangerous alias,
Maybe it's a subscriber. we
or
don't
maybe
know.
it's their apocalypse name, their post-apocalypse name. Everyone has to change their identity because names are a construct of the times that passed. We now identify ourselves with that which we hold in our hearts.
So it's like Death Stranding, basically.
Yes, just like Death Stranding. What's his face?
With our luck, we're probably gonna get something like Zombieland.
No, Zombieland was fun. And it was dumb.
I don't think I could be as cool as Tallahassee, no matter how hard I try. Sorry.
No, I'm gonna be as cool as Tallahassee. Let's be real.
Yeah, true. I mean, the guy had to be hard in order to be able to be a badass, even after his little boy was lost to the zombie apocalypse. God,
Yeah,
it was that was. You have to remember, he's got a tragic backstory.
But
It's-
Angel, if it makes you feel any better, you can be as hardcore as his sidekick, Jesse Eisenberg.
I don't want to be
Wolf
J.C.
Essence
Eisenberg. That is a
you
terrible
guys
thing.
didn't recognize Wolf Essence.
Remember that time he invented
Angel.
Facebook and lost everyone he cared about?
Hang on a minute.
Angel.
Hang on a minute. Lyra was a minute.
AK.
Uh,
Sorry,
it's Hey Storm, thank you. Wolf Essence is Tim_D_Wolf on Instagram.
Oh, hey, nice. All right, then Tim Wolf. Okay, cool.
It's Mr. Wolf.
How do you do, brother? Welcome
Hey, Mr.
to the
Wolf.
chat. If you're feeling brave and you want to jump into the conversation, using the live stream here, go ahead and click on the link. It's going to be in the video chat, and as long as you have a mic or video enabled device, you are free to join in. Or if you want to continue interacting using the chat, you're free to do that as well.
That is the majority of the reason why I am off screen, so that I can be tech person of
And you are
There we
doing
go.
a fabulous job.
All right,
better job than you.
Joseph.
That was unnecessary, but okay.
But
But it's also
it's also true. That's why you count on us to deal with the tech for you.
Okay, but you didn't have to say that.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're the idea man. We're the people who make it happen.
You don't have to say that.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I think Casper just
your
died.
hand.
I don't know what happened.
Do to us.
You alright, man?
I'm good. My phone just did a Reichenbach off the table.
Oh, jeez.
That was Lyra's fault.
What?
I mean, K-Storm.
I think you're gonna need like a phone tripod or something.
Mine is
need
just leaning
one.
against my useless laptop right now.
I mean, considering how many TikToks I've been making recently, I
Yeah.
should probably get one.
You know, it's not. They're not expensive either. Like I can get you a cheap one here real quick.
Kimiko.
Speaking of cheap things, by the way, I like the job they have been
Hi,
doing.
Kimiko.
Hello there, Kimiko.
Hi.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hi there. Welcome. We love hanging out with you on Thursday for the Wednesday Night War.
Yeah,
And, of
absolutely.
course,
Yeah, Kimiko always joins in on Thursdays whenever I'm talking wrestling stuff, and it's awesome.
Not like we've got anything better to do on a Saturday night, though.
Yeah,
Right.
very much.
Oh, yes, that's right.
This is.
By the way,
There we go.
welcome to the Ravens Vlog post-apocalyptic Tampa collapsing stream. I hope you're having a good day.
Pretty much. Okay,
got-
you two shift that way.
All
Okay,
right.
we're trying to. There we
If
go.
y'all are going to be looking over here at this screen,
Right, because we want to
then
be able to see
y'all
everyone.
need to look.
You know what we should do?
Camera.
You know what? In hindsight,
I'm
what we
working
ought
on
to do
it.
is we ought to find a way to take the image and split it because we got a TV right here. That way we just look at the monitor, this giant, well, not giant, it's a 32-inch TV, and we'll.
I think someone else is trying to join.
Yeah,
Here we go.
someone who put in that they are D.
Huh?
Hello,
D-
Mr. D.
Eh?
Jump in.
I don't see a video, but I'm going to guess there's audio involved. If they can say hi.
Sure, let's see who it is.
Hi, D.
Hang on. If you're using the camera on your phone, maybe reverse the camera. Because I see,
All we are seeing right now, D is black.
and we're not hearing you.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, it's
Hey,
Cookie.
D, what's up?
Hey!
Hey,
Hello.
oh my goodness, how you doing?
Eerie.
Hey,
Welcome to our live stream party, hosted by the Raven Club.
yes.
So D is a friend of his, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, absolutely. D is.
She appears to be in the land of lag.
What?
Appears to be in the land of flag.
Oh no.
Oh well.
She has been called by a
Really,
conclusive
thank you for
recursive of
coming.
time.
Yeah, we really appreciate you coming. I'm sorry that you're dealing with lag.
That just means we get to sit and stare, because you're pretty.
Yes. Yes, you
We
are.
have pretty fans and we have pretty friends. And,
Yes.
and while this is endearing and inspiring to us, it's also kind of depressing. Of like, I'm the ugly one in the family.
I know.
Oh, good, you finally acknowledged it. Not you, him.
Okay, and I was gonna go the
Damn.
opposite direction. I was gonna be like, "How dare you guys talk bad about yourselves? Shut the heck up!" But before I can say anything, Patty, someone had to open their mouth. Hey,
Hey,
Storm.
Casper, I'm
Okay, so we're going to have to change the
We are
name.
on
Welcome
now.
back to the self-esteem destroying stream. I hope you're having a good time.
For 2 seconds. Casper is Lyra now.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate it.
What did
And we're
Crystal
going to have to
say?
leave that for later. I'm on a live stream right now. We're going to have to wait a little bit.
And-
Yeah, I'll talk to you as soon as we're done with this. Sorry.
Tell Michael we said hi, Angel.
Hey, by the way, the guys say hi.
and
He's also saying
I
hi.
don't know if you can hear us, Cookie, or if you're just watching us all ramble at each other. But of course, like jump
I'll tell you
in.
later, Cass.
Like if lag allows, please jump in. Tell us what you've been up to lately.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
And we'll see you soon, Kimiko.
Yes, Kimiko. Well,
Finishing a max raid in Pokemon Shield.
Ah,
Join the
nice.
event.
Of course.
Yeah, for anyone that's watching the live stream, they could drop in any comments, anything they want to say, any questions they want to ask us. So, and we'll answer them.
Yep.
To the best of our abilities.
yeah, kinda.
But in the meantime, we stay surviving. How have you guys been weathering this upcoming apocalypse so far?
Oh, we've
Let
been
me tell
doing
you, I've been having a
great.
great time.
Okay. All right. So, this is now officially 2 weeks in where we're sort of where we're working at home. Or, hang on. I heard something.
D?
Was that you, D? I hope.
Casper seems to also be stuck himself. You alright?
Oh
man?
no, I'm just sitting.
Oh, there
No,
you
no,
are.
Casper's fine.
I mean,
Okay,
what-
well,
You froze and I'm like, well, there he
Hypnotized by your
goes.
beauty, Angel.
I'm
Oh, thank
working
you. I
from
appreciate
home.
it.
Our little one who is on
The Nugget.
I guess his nickname's the Nugget. He has an extended spring break, which has been extended for April 15th, I guess,
If
Yep.
they let him
if
go
they
back
even
then.
let us return.
Yeah.
Jose, he's trying to grind along, and his
I'll
job
explain-
doesn't know
I'll
whether or not.
explain myself. Like I've been grinding along despite my job having me come into work, and you know what? That's fine with me. I'm still making money. I'm making bonus money, and I've also been doing a lot of things to keep myself busy, watching Nicktoons, working out, and so on and so on.
K-Storm just handed me this. You know that this belongs in the bathroom with the other 2 seashells. All right.
Oh, I thought that was a bra cup. I was very confused.
Cass, you know no one in this house has A chest
Not that
smaller
size.
than that, except for our prepubescent.
It belongs in a museum.
No, it's a seashell, and it belongs in the bathroom with the other 2 seashells right next to the toilet. Okay.
That's the 4th seashell.
Angel, we'll
We only
have
have
a broad
two.
cup shipped out to you priority.
That's that one I pulled out of storage.
Okay, so this is the
Unfortunately.
emergency seashell.
That's the emergency shell.
Sadly, we haven't quite gotten to the point of rat hamburger yet, but we're getting very close as I see.
No, but
Yes, we
thankfully, neither have we gotten to the point of the great fast food restaurant wars of 2010 that we were promised. Someone else is
That
trying
only
to
Taco Bell will survive somehow.
Who could that be?
Oh, hey, we got another one for company. What?
Okay, it's the same.
Isn't that the same person?
It's Double D!
Never mind. It was now single D.
Oh,
Here we go.
D, I think we can get you now. I think we see you now.
It's still a
good.
bit of lag, but
Also,
it's apocalyptic without the junk on the floor and the Road Warriors from Mr. Wolf.
Yeah, or the terrible. Oh no! Anyone who's I'm showing my age. Anyone who knows the movie Zardoz, the leather diapers and the red straps, and you only have this tiny little 6-shooter and giant mullets that are braided down because apparently that's what Sean Connery wore, and that's what the apocalypse is supposed to be like.
John Connery and his leotard in Zardoz.
That wasn't a leotard. That was a diaper, like a giant red leather diaper and red leather chaps, and he's got red leather straps going up as if it were suspenders. So he's got a
I
red
wonder
diaper.
how many fetishes that he invented that day.
You have to understand, this is a real movie that happened. I think we broke Casper.
We broke.
Did
The thought of it haunts me at night.
Did you say a leather diaper?
Yes.
Yes. Please, Casper.
That
we can
shit
get
ain't absorbent. That is not good diaper.
Casper. But it is good if you're surviving in a post-apocalyptic battlefield where breeding is evil and the gun is worshipped as
The gun is good, the penis is bad.
evil. Yep. Like,
Speaking of
for
which, though, it's
real,
kind of like one of those
what's it called
things that you gotta
again?
suspend.
Zardoz.
Zardoz.
Z-A-R.
Z-A-R-D-O-S.
Here we go. Kimiko is doing. Yes.
What's up?
Hey!
Ripley Glorious Carrier.
We have a lot of people joining in, and I like this.
Yes, so do
Looks like I
I.
was mistaken. This wasn't the Apocalypse stream. This is actually the Fallout stream. Everybody's just in a shelter, and we're desperately trying to communicate to soup cans attached to string.
At least
I have my string.
that everybody
Exactly.
has to have spam.
That's true. No, like, okay, believe it or not, one of the grocery runs that I went to, there was actually cans of spam left. There was no canned chicken. There was no canned tuna. There was almost no Vienna sausages. But the row of spam, totally free and available to use. I kid you not.
That's weird.
You can make some
Even
really
with
good
society
stuff
on the verge of
with
collapse, we
Being
still
is
have
trying to
standards,
connect.
damn it.
They dropped it for the moment. I guess they'll try to come back.
I hope so. Kimiko, how have you been? What have you been doing to keep yourself occupied during this terrible quarantine of doom?
Well, for me, I work for Publix in the deli, so I'm one of the essential workers. And let me tell you, every morning, like, I mean, since Publix changed its hours to open at 8 o'clock, like, the people literally line up outside, like 60, 70, 100 people deep. When they open the doors, they start flooding in. I almost expect to hear that thing from Plants vs. Zombies where it says, "The zombies are coming." I'm
That
telling
was
you, man.
really good. That was really good.
Okay,
Thank
that
you.
was really, really, really good.
I am
that's
so
great.
sorry.
That
I
is
am so
great.
sorry. I feel horrible, and I feel kind of guilty, even though I don't actually shop at Publix nearly that often. But I feel horrible because, like, I'm one of the dorks who runs in during my lunch hour. Like, hey, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and have an ultimate boar's head sub on wheat bread. Let's see if I can get
Nah,
mustard cheese.
Dude, chicken tender. You gotta get the tendy.
I
Oh, so
have
that's how that
tendies.
works.
I prefer my cold cuts because the ultimate sub has roast beef in it. So that's my preference on there.
Which is kind of
like,
funny because fried spam is actually not that bad when you get down to it. But hey, third world country over here, so I can't really complain about it, can I?
Yeah. Dude,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I get what you mean. But like for real, like I feel horrible for you, Kimiko. Are they treating you okay over there in terms of the customers? Are they being buttholes, or are they being civil with you?
Well, I mean, most of them are pretty good. It's like, once in a while you get one of the crappy ones. I mean, there was a dude I made a sandwich for the other day. Like, while I'm busy, getting it wrapped up, he leans over the counter and goes, "Hey, do you know if they have any more eggs back there?" And I'm like, eggs?
Sure.
Yeah.
We're just hiding
Yeah.
them just for you.
Yeah. I'm like,
I'll let
eggs
you
to make? Yeah, and he's like, "Yeah, pack eggs." I said, "Whatever they have, I'm sure they had already put it out, but people came in and started buying stuff like crazy this morning." He goes, "Oh, okay, sure." But there was this one lady that, one of my coworkers, it was like getting close to 8 o'clock, right? So he's getting ready to slice for her. He's got the salami in hand, and there's another girl at the last slicer, slicing for a sub. And he's like 2 or 3 feet behind her. The lady that the guy is waiting on goes, "Excuse me, sir, you are not practicing social distancing with her. I need you to open me another one. I don't want anything from her." And it's like, okay. So, the salami he had open was this big, perfect for slicing, and she made him open up a new one because no
Holy
social
crap.
distancing. Yeah, some
Oh no,
customers are
those dangerous
crazy.
skin flicks come in a such sandwich.
Oh no,
Oh my god.
it's small air particles. I cannot have small air particles on my meat.
Okay, fun thing about small air particles. I think you're going to love this, lady. They get in whether you want them to or not. They're air. It's literally all around us and inside us. That's right. There is air inside right now.
Bullshit.
All right, who's that joining in?
Waiting on them to. There we go. That would be someone.
That's me.
Hey, V, what's up?
See,
The work is done?
there's Mr. Wolf joining in. Hello, Mr.
Howdy.
Wolf.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
That's
man,
so many people.
All right.
I am becoming a
Why don't we
god
go
on the
ahead
screen.
and
This is
try to
great.
change it around so we can see who all's talking and who all is here. There's
This
more
kind of looks
people.
like a YouTube reaction video now.
There's this.
It does.
There we go. That's a little better.
Oh no, what size
Joe, move a
that?
little bit to the right.
Ah,
Waiting
Oh,
for
There you are.
Otaku to.
Nora?
There we go. And we trying to get that to add up. Yep, 6 on screen. So
Oh, yeah, we got.
We can shuffle everyone around. So
Well, we don't
okay.
have to shuffle
That's a
anyone
little
right
better.
now.
not right quite the second unless we want to. I think they might have dropped out though. Nope.
So they're waiting.
Okay. In that case, can we? All right. Angel, can we shuffle in the new person real quick and shuffle you out for a moment, please?
Do what you gotta do, man. It's all good.
All right.
Yeah, get out of here.
All right, that would be
Yep.
kick. And
All right.
there we go.
Angel can
Yeah,
jump back in later.
he'll be fine.
You see?
Oh, once.
So you were worried, Jose,
Well,
this wouldn't work, but lo and
wait.
behold, it does.
All right.
Actually, for those who are watching, can I entertain you? Oh,
Well, Tim, glad that you could join us. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the party.
welcome to the party, Tim.
Can you hear us? Can we hear you?
What are you guys doing?
Okay,
All right.
pretty good.
And Cookie, we still see you. We're not sure if we can hear you. Can you say something? I don't know if we can hear you or not.
Hello, can you hear me?
We can
Yes,
hear you,
maybe,
Tim.
no.
We can
yeah, we're
hear
talking
you.
to Cookie.
And there's Angel.
Actually, let me get my
Yeah, Angel's
headphones and I'll...
down. We got Dora over here not going.
All right, so we're adding.
Angel's back in.
Angel, you're back.
Hello.
There we go.
Once
Okay,
more.
so yeah, this is how it's going to work out, folks. We're going to have where you can only have 6 people in at a time, and anyone else who wants to jump in, we'll have you on standby. We'll have to hide someone else while that's happening, and then you can come. We can bring you back in later, just like how Angel demonstrated.
We're just sharing the screen because we're special, so we're technically 7.
No, we are sharing because communism is the only thing left, Conrad.
Hi.
Oh, wait,
I'm not a non-person here.
Oh yeah, we got K-Storm off screen.
so yeah,
Da,
Right.
comrade.
so
Ah.
Yeah.
yeah, the buddy.
Oh, one of your-
So welcome back to the Gulag stream with the Ravens flock.
All right, Jose. So you're
Speak for yourself. You look like you're reporting from the gulags.
I am. Don't tell anybody.
all right. So you said speaking
no.
of something funny.
Oh
Jose.
yeah. The one time during work on the Sci-Fi Channel, they were marathoning a whole bunch of like disaster horror movies, like post.
Which ones?
Okay, so let me see if I can remember. There was one called Fright Night that had McLovin from Superbad. Okay, but it's more of a vampire movie. So picture McLovin as a vampire.
That's House McLovin in general.
Try to take it serious.
No. I vote
I refuse.
no. You. That was dumb.
That was they also had other movies there. I'm trying to recollect. Like there was a whole bunch of like zombie, like disaster, like C movies, not A movies or B movies that we would know.
All right, so Angel
It's like
just walked
movies
out.
so bad you would never watch them on any other basis.
They're so bad and yet they're funny at the same time. Like it's sometimes it's good to watch bad movies because you can't help
Yeah.
how bad they
Now, okay, Angel dropped out for now.
Adding
And
him back.
Sorry about that. I was looking at the chat, and when I hit the back arrow, it took me out of the studio. My bad. I'm still trying
That's
to figure
okay.
this
At
mess
least-
out over here.
at least now you know. And knowing's apparently
Fail.
well.
are. I talked about McLovin and he loses it.
It's okay. Angel can watch this back in the replay.
Yay!
Okay, but
Let's do the replay.
A different thing that I wanted to bring up. It was it is actually something that we were discussing on Thursday night during our stream of the Wednesday Night War. For those of you guys who have Instagram, on Thursdays we cover the wrestling programs of AEW Dynamite
and WWE NXT respectively.
Yep. And the damnedest thing is that this entire time, the WWE has been producing shows in their performance center in Orlando, Florida, up until earlier today, when Orange County actually had come down and shut the performance center down.
I'll fill in the story.
Please do.
For weeks, the WWE have been recording tapes to fill in the time slots for the foreseeable future in the Performance Center. And this week, they just got through filming all their matches for WrestleMania at Full Sail University. And then recently, they were given the order by the city of Orlando to shut down the Performance Center. So I don't know how much content they have to fill, but if it's not enough to cover at least, I want to be optimistic and say maybe like a month or so or not, then they're going to have to find some other way to fill in content for the WWE Network.
And it's a damn shame too, because one would think that of course, that the people who run WWE are being respectful to their talent, saying like, okay, it's clear that this is getting into a problem that's way out of hand, but no, apparently no, the show must fucking go on. And by the way, guys, we can swear this is an 18 up. Of course, we can swear if we need to. Fuck, shit, ass, bitch, cunt, shibbity doo wop.
What? There's more.
But wait, there's more. Okay.
Oh, wait.
There's a lot of people that have been pulled from WrestleMania due to COVID-19. A lot of memorable superstars: Rey Mysterio, Daniel Bryan,
There we go.
Dana Brooke. They've all been reported sick, and they've all been sent home in quarantine. Just recently, one of the top guys in the WWE, Roman Reigns, has pulled out from WrestleMania. He was scheduled to face Goldberg for the Universal title, but he's been pulled out because, with Roman Reigns' situation, he is battling a type of cancer called leukemia. He's been battling it for his whole life.
Yeah.
In 2018, he was forced to relinquish his world title because his leukemia had resurfaced, and he's been out of action for a while. He came back 2019 before last year's WrestleMania, announcing that it was under remission, and he's been performing ever since. And with his leukemia, that makes him more susceptible to.
He's immunocompromised.
He's immunocompromised, and that's not the only reason. Like, he pulled out of it, and because one of the WWE superstars who was recording was also reported sick, despite the fact that apparently WWE had tried to do like their own like brief medical examinations for each superstar before they enter the Performance Center, and it was none other than one of the superstars that's on Juan's shit list right now, The Miz,
who wound up being sick and causing everyone to freaking panic. But you have to understand that the competency of any medical experts. Hang on. Hey, Storm.
Sorry, needed to get closer because I am trying to troubleshoot for a few people. Nora's signal seems to be acting up due to the weather and turning this audio out of sync. And I'm going to explain that might be just a signal issue for their inbound signal.
right?
Will
Okay.
we be using Skype at any point in time?
Skype, maybe. That's a maybe for the maybe in the future. This way, the way we're using StreamYard here lets multiple people in at once, and it's much easier than for us to do a big split screen and having to reset stuff. And you're just doing we're doing a screen grab and doing the audio from that. This is just simpler for how we're connecting people for now. But in the future, we might do Skype. We might do something else. I know that we're testing with other different ways of having like conference calls. So that's maybe in the future.
Yeah, it's a maybe. Getting back onto the subject.
But yeah, what I was going to say was that like these freaking medical experts, quote unquote, are the same guys who you may or may not recall. Anyone who's a wrestling fan are the same guys who gave Z-Packs for
I remember that.
What?
Yeah, that's a full-blown staph infection. It's fine. Just slap some bandages in there and you'll be perfectly
like
fine.
so. I don't.
It doesn't matter if little rivers of pus are bursting out of your liver. You'll be fine.
Cue Picard.
Yes,
Yeah,
like that.
Yeah, like here's a freaking throat lozenge for your cancer and for your leukemia. Just go out there and fucking wrestle, you elephant. It's like that's basically how they treat like circus animals.
They're idiots.
So I don't
Speaking of the wonders of entertainment, may I toss a little article in there that I got my hands on a while ago?
In a minute, hold that thought.
Do your thing.
Okay,
Because it has also now been reported that Asuka, one of the female competitors, and WWE superstar Cesaro has been pulled from WrestleMania.
Gee,
well,
causing them to reformat all the matches for WrestleMania, and everyone in the WWE right now is furious at the one person who is choosing to go ahead, despite all the other wrestling promotions, putting a halt to their events until further notice, and that person is none other than the chairman himself, Vince McMahon.
Why am I not surprised?
It's all his freaking fault. He doesn't know how to treat people like people. So what the fuck?
He doesn't.
In other news, businesses use people as resources and throw them away as soon as they're done with them. Now on to sports.
All right. So, okay, Angel, you got a funny story you want to share?
He's got a bit of news. Go ahead, Angel. Take the lead.
I don't know if you want to call this funny. So as you guys know, GameStop recently is one of those businesses that tried to skirt the law, claiming that they were essential businesses to the community, and as a result, they shouldn't be closed. Predictably, everybody took a look at this and essentially just went, no, shut up, close down. You're not supposed to do that. So apparently, the folks of Pennsylvania decided that the law is more or less of a law and more of a suggestion, and they tried to keep doing businesses even as the quarantine came into place. So it got so bad that the mayor of Pennsylvania revoked their license. GameStop officially doesn't exist in Pennsylvania because of this.
They were trying to say that they were essential because they sold webcams and stuff like that that would be used for work at home, which does qualify. If that is what they sell, it qualifies them as
Then that would mean also Best Buy, Walmart.
Yeah, like Kimiko or Casper, show of hands. Tim, who amongst you have gone into GameStop saying, wow, I really need a webcam right now. Let me go to GameStop. Show of hands.
Yeah, no.
no, that's Best Buy.
So no, yeah, it got so bad that GameStop officially doesn't exist in Pennsylvania. It is literally an illegal zone. You're not allowed to do business with that company there under penalty of federal law. Every other state listened. This one decided that they weren't going to, which only means one thing. It means that GameStop is in such dire, crappy straits that they were willing to defy the law just to stay afloat. Now, I'm not one to be a doomsayer, as much as I love Doom, but something tells me that after this whole thing blows over, we have a very real possibility of GameStop genuinely not existing anymore.
Which is
Shall we sing the Doom song?
I don't have my electric guitar with me, but thank you.
And why they were fighting so hard to stay active is because they knew that if they had to close down for this, there is a very good chance that everybody's going to start switching to online ordering and stuff like that. Now, I will miss the discounted games and the discounted consoles. But
their buyback program
story.
is PP.
Can you guys hear me?
Oh, yeah, no. It's ironically enough one of the reasons why they're going down.
Tim,
Wolf, say something?
It sounds like you were going to say something about this, about the impending death of
Yeah,
games.
actually, I bought something. I bought something on GameStop. Like, I put it new, and they gave me a used game. False advertisement.
What?
Actually, I tried to test that out.
Wait. You pay your $60 for a new game, but they still gave you one that was clearly used.
I used one.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah,
just don't care
shady,
anymore.
shady.
I pay,
They just don't give a
actually,
damn.
it was a game for my wife. I paid the extra, and they gave me a used one.
Holy shit.
Like,
That's
You go
that's
Walmart, you'll get that game maybe like $5 or $10 cheaper. Seriously.
yeah.
Yeah.
Between
Think
gift
about that
cards
for a
and
second.
stuff, I got my Shield for like $25.
anyways.
And the glorious
$20 anyway,
Switch.
so no biggie.
Of course.
Yeah, so like
Woo!
in a way,
with the decals.
like
Okay, that's
Fancy.
a fair point, Cookie.
in a way, what's Cookie saying?
Talking about back to the wrestling thing real quick. You're talking about the same Vince frickin' McMahon, PKM, who kept the PPV going after Owen Hart fell from the ceiling and died.
Yeah, you have to remember, Vince McMahon does not put a lot of value on life. Apparently, like the for those who aren't uninitiated, what was it, 99 or 98?
It was 1999.
9. There was a pay-per-view. He had a wrestler named Owen Hart, the younger brother of Bret the Hitman Hart, a beautiful technical wrestler of his own, who had this gimmick where he was coming down from the rafters on like a stud cable as if he was flying down, and they changed the release to be this snap-on carbine that was just shit, and he fell. Had his throat caught on on the top rope, that crushed it and went into his neck, and he died
Oh,
in
jeez.
the hospital. Yeah,
Jesus.
and instead of canceling the whole event after that, like Vince McMahon's like, no, we have a show to keep going. We're still live. We got to keep going.
Idiots.
Oh
This
no.
guy does not value human life. He doesn't value the work conditions of his wrestlers because he feels he doesn't think that you're a real man if you can't control your sneezing. For Christ's sake, like if you sneeze, that means you're not really in control. That means you don't know how to be a burly man like himself, and that you need to get out of here and shit. So he's cuckoo for fucking Cocoa Puffs.
He is.
Someone needs to give him the virus and every other virus known to man.
I hope
And
so.
here's the whole irony of all this. Vince McMahon is 73 years old. He is more susceptible to COVID-19 than all the other superstars that are performing.
Oh
That
no,
would be a hilarious irony if he got
Well,
that.
I will say the majority because we don't know if they have any underlying issues. We can't say unless we know. But he is by virtue of age.
And it has been reported that Vince McMahon has been at the Performance Center and Full Sail University overseeing everything instead of staying home in quarantine.
He's an
May
idiot.
someone cough on his cigars.
I want to chime in.
Actually,
for a second.
It doesn't
it
smoke
would be pretty
cigars.
hilarious if it actually happened.
Damn.
You were saying,
I'm
Kyle.
gonna chime in for a second. Okay, so you mentioned that story about Vince McMahon and losing the wrestler. As an actor and as a director, I've heard the phrase "the show must go on" for ever since I was like 9 years old, right?
Right.
And
Right?
normally, someone like sprains their ankle, breaks their toe. I've performed a show with a really messed up ankle. That was fine. But there's a difference between, a little boo-boo and someone fell
Someone
from the
dying.
sling and is now on their way to the ER.
God dang it! Yeah, no, no. There's a distinct difference between that, but he doesn't care. He really doesn't care. There are horror stories of professional wrestlers coming in sick, coming in with a family emergency, and there's no flexing on that. It's like, oh well, if it's serious, then you can take it off after the event, but you're already here.
There's also the fact that, as Cookie mentioned, the WWE offers absolutely no health insurance whatsoever because, as Juan once told me, what was it again? That older employers are technically, independent contractors?
Contractors.
Yeah, that's another way of saying indentured slavery nowadays, if I recall. So, yeah, thank you for bringing that up, Cookie, because it's not just that your body's being broken from being slammed into a sweaty, bloody mat all day. You have no way to heal yourself except by your own bootstraps. Good luck with that one, by the way.
Pretty much. If you're an independent contractor for WWE, that means that you're basically exempt from any benefits or any other insurances that WWE that your employer will provide.
Yeah, no. So you don't have any health insurance. You don't have any guaranteed pay. You're not considered like an employee, but you are to work with them exclusively, and you have a 90-day no compete clause, and you can't go over to other competitors, and you can't do events without their approval and permission. But you're totally independent. Sure. Someone give me the logic on that, please.
How can you be independent?
You're independently allowed to breathe.
Exclusively. Doesn't make
They use
sense.
that word, but I don't think they know what it means.
Like, you know what?
I
This,
don't think it means what they think it means.
Thank you for that.
Exactly.
Thank
All
you
I can
for
think
that.
about is that scene from Django Unchained when Samuel Jackson looks at the main character and goes, "First, we're going to take away your name and give you a number." And then what follows is just a description of all the horrible, back-breaking labor he's going to do until he dies. And that's
God.
it.
Yeah, no,
Are you
that's,
talking about the end or
yeah, the ending.
Yeah, the ending. With
Yeah, near
Samuel
the end.
Jackson?
Because
Yeah.
Samuel Jackson can be a scary son of a gun when he wants to be.
Yep.
Yes,
He is a
Mhm.
scary motherfucker when he wants to be the bad guy. It's like at the end of the day, what this whole virus situation thing is showing is there are companies that are out right now that cannot survive if they're not open on a constant basis, and this is like weeding out the companies that are surviving. You know, it's kind of weird, but I guess in a way it's sort of like Darwinian almost. Actually, Angel dropped out. He's jumping back in. I'm stepping in over here. Give me a
Yeah,
second.
go ahead, take over.
Yeah, you
I'll
talk.
be over here. But no, as Juan
Oh,
says,
and Tim is actually asking, what do you think about the series The Dark Side of the Ring? Okay,
Dark
Sorry, I keep hitting the wrong key. My bad.
Okay. Well, before we get to that, I think Juan was in the middle of finishing his.
no, I made my point.
Okay. All right. So, Dark Side of the Ring. Are you referring to the recent episode, the Benoit story?
Yes or no, Tim?
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah. All right.
Those are one.
Okay.
We just watched parts 1 and 2 of the Benoit story. I will say this. Given the situation, this is as close to a documentary to Chris Benoit as we're going to get.
All right. And for those who are uninitiated, Chris Benoit, he passed away what, 2007?
2007.
Okay. It was a big tragedy because what wound up happening was that Chris Benoit was found in his home in Atlanta, Georgia, having hung himself using his weightlifting equipment after
Jesus.
after murdering his wife and son.
Oh,
You
that's
are
the name of
it's
the guy.
sad.
Yeah, that
Oh
it was,
my God.
it was something. It was
Yes.
a big event. It shocked everyone to their core because the first thing that everyone thought, like, okay, well, the drug test says he had steroids in his system. He went roid rage, and like everyone just jumped on that conclusion. But as time goes on and we've actually had more information come in, it's like, okay, he was dealing with horrible depression. Eddie Guerrero, another great wrestler, he had passed away only a year and a half ago to that point, and that was like his best friend, and he was like dealing with the grief in the worst way possible. He has had multiple concussions over his life. He's had, the abuse of steroids as he was going along his path. So all that just snowballed into one moment of just snapping like a twig, and it was tragic and it was terrible. And when I watched it, they actually showed the videos of paying tribute to Eddie Guerrero, and Chris Benoit himself. He was bawling in front of the camera and he could not control himself. And I'm over here remembering when I was a kid in 2005 when that happened, and I was choking up in tears as well, and I was heartbroken, and I felt Chris Benoit's heartbreak in that. So it's humanizing and it's terrible at the same time because, of course, this is a man who murdered his wife and child and then killed himself. So, of course, there's never any excuse for that ever. There will not be. But on the other hand, this is like you're seeing how this could have, how all this had progressed over the years, and how it turned into a terrible situation that was almost unavoidable.
Pretty much.
Almost.
And,
Almost. He
and
could have made a different choice. He could have chosen not to act out, but
Yeah.
he didn't know what to do.
And for the production for this episode for the Dark Side of the Ring, AEW super wrestler Chris Jericho actually was responsible for actually bringing all this to light. He brought in he brought in Chavo Guerrero. He brought in a whole bunch of other people who knew him closest, who knew Eddie Guerrero and Chris Benoit the closest, to get them to sit down and just say everything, get the whole story out, to finally get some sort of closure and just put it out there for everyone for everyone to know.
So yeah, it was pretty harrowing. So if you want to learn more about this stuff, the episodes are on YouTube. Just look for Vice TV's YouTube channel, and you'll see it from there. Somebody sent a message to me, I think. Is that a notification?
While there's a pause, speaking of Chris Jericho, he's the only wrestler that I know by name for one particular reason. Is that before it was either right before I became troop director or soon after I became troop director. My now assistant director Tyler went out to do a murder mystery party with some of my actors. Didn't recognize the name on the client list. Went there, and Tyler knocked on the door. And do you want to guess who opened the door?
Chris Jericho.
Chris Jericho.
Yeah! Woo!
And
Nice.
so my assistant director and some of my actors performed a murder mystery for Chris Jericho. And there are photos now of that, but also just to say that apparently he was super sweet. The party was great. And that is still one of my 80s favorite shows. So every time I hear him, all I remember is my assistant director, Tyler, just gushing about being able to perform this murder mystery for him and get him involved. So I know nothing of the dude except apparently he's a really cool cat.
Chris Jericho is one of my role models. He is my idol. I was planning to go to WrestleCon on the first weekend of April, and I had some money saved aside to actually get an autograph signing and a picture with him before this whole COVID-19 started.
But then,
Cookie was. Go ahead, Kimiko, real quick. You were going to say
well,
something?
no, I was just saying, you save up and you plan, but then shit happens.
That happened. Yeah,
Shut
that
up.
happened. And I was really looking forward to meeting Jericho. It was going to be right there at the Steinbrenner field.
Hang on, someone else is jumping in. Was that?
Yeah, Cookie was mentioning a moment ago that it's possible.
Wait, we actually have Nora picture. Let me get him up.
All
Go
right.
for it because
Cookie was mentioning that.
he went black.
Yeah, Cookie was mentioning a moment ago that yes, it's possible that if Eddie didn't have died, maybe his
All right,
screen would have
Nora.
gone that dark.
Okay, here you are, Nora. There we go.
Hello.
Hey, Nora, what's up?
Finally, I got it
Hey,
fixed.
Hello.
Hi, Nora.
Yay.
Hi.
Thank you for joining in.
Thank you for
Hi.
jumping in, and we're discussing how everyone here knows and or likes Chris Jericho, the wrestler. And I actually have a Chris Jericho story of my own. I don't know if I've told this to anyone. A long time ago, in the distant year of 2005, I was working at the International Plaza here in Tampa, Florida. I had two different jobs. One was working at what is now formerly known as the Discovery Channel store. And there was this guy who walked in. He had this faux hawk looking hair, this bleach blonde faux hawk. He had sunglasses on. He was wearing a leather vest and just a regular long sleeve shirt and jeans. And I could have sworn to God I recognized him. I didn't know who this guy was, but he looked familiar. He was asking me, "Hey, I've got a little girl, and I was actually looking for some kind of toys here. What would you recommend?" And I actually pointed him out to if she likes astronomy, we've got telescope sets here, or different build your own solar mobile. Depends on her age. Also, K-Storm is joining in the way we need to deal with this COVID-19 thing. And yes.
Oh yeah, by the way, this is supposed to be a COVID-19 stream, but it roughly became "fuck the WWE" stream. Hope your life doesn't change. We're basically jumping into it as we go. It's now turning into a tribute to Chris Jericho stream. We'll evolve as it works.
It might have started as a COVID-19 thing, but it's more of a, hey, we haven't been able to see each other in person in how long now? Let's chat.
Let's all chat and have fun.
We'll just keep changing the name as the situation develops.
You guys are enjoying yourselves in Florida. I'm here in Arkansas, and we just had a tornado. And when I'm talking about huge, I'm talking about huge.
Wait,
Oh,
already?
dang.
Damn.
Wait.
How many died?
So it just I just came back inside and just went hello, bye.
It's barely.
It's one of those things you're like,
April yet. Holy shit!
Oh boy.
Holy cow.
It's
Yeah.
not tornado season yet.
Every aspect of nature
Well,
just
here
wants
in
to kill
Arkansas
everyone right
it
now.
is.
Apparently.
global warming.
Obviously, just to sort of wrap it up, when this guy finally picked out his toys that he's gonna get for his girl, he hands me his debit card, and I see his name, Chris Irvine, and I'm over here and I'm like, wait, that's the real name of. And then I look past his sunglasses. How you doing, Y2J? And that's when he's like, damn, I was so close. Shit, I didn't want to.
And then he grabbed one and pile drive him through the corner.
Nobody
Nobody can know that it was him.
the fun thing that I learned about these things that I learned that Chris Jericho was roughly my height. He's like, obviously when you see him on TV, they look like these big guys, but I'm like only like 5'11".
Bullshit, you're 6 foot.
I am not 6 foot. I am
Yes, you are.
5'11".
No, you're not. You're 6 foot.
Tell that to my
You're 6 foot in her heart.
Driver's license puts down whatever you write down.
Good
Oh
point.
my goodness.
Good point. Point is, he was nice. He was like, "Thank you for helping me out." And I didn't bug him. He's like, "Hey, did you want an autograph?" Sure. Let me just go ahead and get some receipt paper here, and just have him autograph using our counterfeit detector marker. And he just wrote the autograph in that. I don't know where that autograph went.
I envy you.
Oh.
It disappeared into the halls of fame. It will never be seen again, like Chris Jericho.
That's
You'll
very
find it one
sad.
day when
Like,
you're not
you
looking
guys
for
talk
it.
about WWE, only thing I'm thinking about is like The Rock, Undertaker, Triple H. Like, I wasn't a big wrestling fan, but when those guys came out, I almost was, but only because of my brothers.
No, you're fine.
I was
Switching gears.
like, I was much more into Dragon Ball Z, Rurouni Kenshin. I was in that kind of world.
No,
Yeah,
you're
so
fine.
Look, dude,
Yes.
like Nora,
Oh,
I don't
yes,
know if you
Tim,
noticed,
yes.
but we cover cons. We go to conventions. If it weren't for this, right now we would be preparing for another convention. We would be lagged from Omni Fandom Expo, which was supposed to happen last weekend, but thankfully they were one of the few conventions who managed to reschedule, and they're actually set up for August, and I am super happy about that, and I'm looking forward to it. That's
I was supposed to be going to Metro this year, but if like, let's just say if nothing happens, but thankfully I didn't buy my ticket at that time.
I
So
bought my
was like,
4-day
maybe
pass
next year I'll
already.
go.
Tim is asking if 2020 can please give us a refund. I'm sorry, man. I don't think the sales policy agrees with you on that one. This year works on GameStop policy. You want a refund? That's going to be $350 in store credit.
What's going on with
Good luck.
GameStop?
Oh, speaking of games,
Before then, it was EB Games when I was a kid.
right? No,
Right?
speaking of games, how many of you have Animal Cross, the new Animal Cross game, or Doom Eternal, and are you guys enjoying it?
I'm downloading Doom
Everyone's
Eternal
bugging
as
me
we
to get.
speak.
Everyone's bugging me to get Animal Crossing.
I
At
mean-
least 3 of my coworkers are like, "You have to get it. You have to get it. You have to get it. You have to get it." I'm like, "It's on my list, okay." I want to get Pokken Tournament. I want to get Mario Kart. I want to get like one of the Steven Universe games. I think it's Save the Light. And
Oh, Steven
Animal
Universe. You
Crossing
might,
is
have you seen Steven Universe Future?
yes, and I watched
yeah.
like I don't have cable anymore, so I watched all the finale on YouTube last night, and I'm like, "I'm not crying. You're crying."
I cried. I did the same thing. I cried. I bawled my eyes out.
I have
So we can all just agree that Greg
I have
is the
a
best
Steven
father,
Shrine.
and there's nothing anybody can argue with me about that otherwise.
you're
Greg
right.
is
My Steven Shrine.
Best dad.
Whoops.
Apparently,
Oh, God.
Apparently, Neil has compared me to him at some point.
I'm gonna
Like,
steal that
I
rose
still got all
quartz.
this here.
Kimiko has
No
gone
touching
full
my
time, then We
rose.
gotta get out of here.
No touchy.
Right.
You touch my
funny thing
rose,
is,
you die.
Now that we're done in full isolationism policy here, I just found out my little brother finished playing Death Stranding a few moments ago. I'm gonna start my own little journey of the Amazon delivery man. See how that works out for you.
Yo, for the record,
That's fun.
like you guys started
Nice.
when you got the game Death Stranding. What was it, January?
No, he did. I didn't play mine until now.
Okay.
Now I'm gonna start playing it, and now it is more fitting than it has ever been before.
Yeah, Kimiko, I was doing that last night, and I'm trying to get it finished. Like, the only thing that sucks about the rose quartz is like the arms. And the
I know,
dress.
because her arms are like beefy.
Hey,
I don't
Cass,
know if you
Yeah,
ask
and
Grey
the-
Universe,
like,
she
and the
sucked a
hair
little more
is
than
all-
that.
hey,
I
Cass,
cosplay as
you
Rose
watch
Quartz.
Steven Universe Future?
Oh well, now I feel bad about making that joke.
Hey, Storm. I was actually going to ask: is there anyone on the YouTube side over there in the chat, or is that all coming in the same? Can you check that?
It is all coming in the same if I hop up here on comments.
All right, cool. Just making sure.
Ew.
Yeah, there's comments, which is the YouTube, and the private chat is chatting through here.
All right. Well,
Cool.
go ahead and, if you would again, share the link for anyone else who may be watching, so that you can jump in, and we'll just cycle everyone through.
Indeed.
But yeah, no, I'm glad that we're all keeping occupied and keeping ourselves from going nuts. For the most
Yeah,
part.
and
Well,
I've been
think
trying to draw to pass the time. I've been much into. I know you guys are gonna look at me like, "Oh, she looks like your average normal Joe," but I've been watching a lot of crime stuff. A lot of. Sometimes
I
I'm
don't know
starting to
if
watch
you could see.
JoJo Bizarre Adventure.
That's me.
What's your favorite part so
No.
far?
Huh?
What's your
My
favorite part
favorite
so
is
far?
I have yet to finish is I would say is Jotaro.
Ah,
My
that's a good
boyfriend
JoJo.
has literally said you're becoming one of us because I want to do the poses so bad. I'm like, God damn it.
One of us. One of us.
Wow, boss.
I completed all of
Wow.
JoJo thus far.
One of us.
Ora!
Nora, run!
One of us.
Oh no, it's too late. The power of our stand has already taken her in. She's never getting away.
Sorry, out.
Oh my goodness.
Lucas,
You know, as Juan said
My
earlier,
stand is more powerful.
is that what you say? Ho ho! Are you trying to get close to my stand knowledge in this fucking stream?
Oh man.
Yes, 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 yes.
I'm just gonna.
Then come as close as you
I'm
like.
just gonna watch now.
And, like,
I'm sorry, the JoJo's, I was like, okay, when I first watched, it's like, okay, this is interesting. A few episodes later, okay, this is not bad.
all right. I actually
Right when the Jotaro series comes, like, why do I want to do the fucking poses?
It always starts like that. This is kind of interesting. This is getting weird. Why is my body moving on its own? Please make it stop.
like,
And then you find yourself saying yada
for
yada.
yourself. Ah.
Yes. So anyway, welcome to the JoJo's Bizarre Adventure stream with the Ravens flock.
Hang on, guys. Hang on. Let's rally back. I think Juan was.
Sorry.
Like, no, it's okay. I wanted to talk about something over here because since we're one of the things we're all missing is getting to go to the conventions. This actually brought up something that we found out about a couple days ago. There's an article that's up on the Hollywood Reporter that went up, was it 4 days ago? Comic-Con fans had coronavirus refunds stolen, organizer alleges in fraud lawsuit.
Oh, no!
Yeah,
That's messed up.
Horrible.
Worse.
Okay.
It gets worse.
Hang on. Let him.
Oh,
Basically,
God, no.
Ace Universe, which was a convention in Boston, Massachusetts, which was supposed to happen last weekend. They were basically trying to get set up with refunds for everyone in like the whole COVID-19 coronavirus bullcrap. However, the ticket organizer company, the ticket sale company that they use, decided to keep the funds to themselves. The company is called Rotix, if I remember correctly.
Yes, that's correct.
Yep. And the thing that caught my eye is like, wait a minute, I recognize that name, and I did a little digging.
And here's the bad.
Rotix, for those of us who are Florida-based here, also are the ticket organizers to MetroCon.
Oh
Was
yeah,
she?
'cause,
Yeah, and now
That should be a
I-
lawsuit. I'm
so-
sorry. That should be a
yeah,
lawsuit.
big lawsuit.
yes, and they're right now in the middle of a lawsuit from Ace Universe convention for how much? $680,000. Is that how much they're asking for?
That's how much.
they
That's how
got.
much was given to them in order to facilitate the refunds.
Right.
And Grotix. This is how it was supposed to work. The $680,000 was supposed to be for refunds, and then the company was going to give Grotix a separate amount toward their own costs. But Grotix is like, no, we're going to keep this because this is what our costs are.
Yeah, it's
Bullshit.
It's bullshit.
No,
I'm
there's
sorry.
no
Yeah,
way.
that is
Mm-mm.
bullshit.
And the
That's,
reason we're bringing
I hate
that
to
up
say this, but
is
that's like me. You guys asking me, hey, can you do this group thing? And then something happens, like, oh no, that's how much it is to do this, and I'm not giving it back to you.
right, exactly.
Will you find that messed up?
Yeah, it's like 9 different levels of screwed up. And we're bringing that up, and we realize that these are the same organizers that worked with MetroCon, not because we're like trying to throw up drama, but we're like, okay, right now, MetroCon has not had to make any sort of adjustments to their plans as of right this moment. They're still on for their July weekend, right?
Yes, they're monitoring the situation,
Yeah.
keeping their ears underground for it, and they'll keep us updated if anything happens.
Yes, but the issue is that if this whole quarantine, if this virus issue continues, and it forces MetroCon to try to put a delay or heaven forbid even cancel, these guys are probably going to pull the same crap on MetroCon. And what will that do to them?
Oh, hey,
Oh,
we have
dude, that's gonna make.
We need to find a way to
their
make it
business.
stop before it
Angel, we're
starts.
going to drop you for a
Angel
second.
dropping you for a minute. We have someone called by the
Sarah.
name of It's Only Sarah. Hi,
Sarah, hey there.
Hi.
Our YouTube sibling here, Sarah. How you doing there, sis?
Good.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, aren't you the one that supports Sarah from one of Greg's victims? I just call him Princess Greg.
It doesn't even deserve a royalty title.
Sarah, I'm glad you joined us. We had to get rid of Angel, and that's okay.
It's okay.
I don't.
Come back later.
I really don't. Nice to meet you. I really don't know why, but every time when I see Greg, the Pillow Man song from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures plays in my head.
That's great.
Like we're actually in the middle of discussing different stuff here. But for those of you who have not had the good graces of meeting Sarah, why don't you introduce yourself?
What was that last part you said?
Introduce yourself.
Oh, well, hi. I
For those who don't know
have a
yet.
small channel, and just rebranding it right now. And yeah, been after Onision for a while, and I'm also after another alleged predator. So
Yep.
that's
and
kind of what I do.
Yep, and you've been doing an excellent job at that. And I just wanted to say thank you for joining us. You are a badass. I saw this video that you put up, where you were dealing with this one guy who was being like creepy as hell, and like I'm just for sanity's sake, I'm not gonna discuss his name or anything because he doesn't even deserve that. Like I don't want to bring him up, but like just the fact of how he maybe he doesn't know how to take social cues or something, or he really doesn't know how to leave well enough alone. You expressed yourself. You spoke your truth, and I got nothing but love and respect for you there. And
Thank you.
And of course, like we're just shooting the shit here now.
Yeah.
So I was gonna ask, like, off the top, like, what have you been doing other than working on your channel to
What
pass
have
the time?
What have you been doing to keep yourself busy?
Since we're all sort of stuck indoors.
I'm reading a really bad book to review for my channel. So.
Perfect. Jeez. Brilliant.
You're really taking one for the team, huh?
No, Juan, it's
Please
just
don't kill all your brain cells.
What book
Okay,
is it?
what I was gonna tell you, Raven, I'll just call you Raven number 2. I was gonna tell you how I met Onion was I am a big fan of It's Black Friday, and what I think I already told you. I don't know. I'll just start over. And how I saw this was like how he reacted to one of her videos, and so I was like, okay, this dude's nothing but an impotent butthole. But when I looked in further and further to this dude, it's like, oh my goodness, he's been doing this since the dawn of time. Why hasn't YouTube looked into this?
Because YouTube
And
only looks
it made
into
me
what they want
question
to.
because a few months ago I was watching Surviving R. Kelly, and R. Kelly did the same thing, minus the part that Greg has no talent in singing whatsoever. I don't care what he says.
Hey,
No,
Casper's
you're right.
got the right idea. It's because of money. Because they need that ad revenue apparently. If they were to kick him off,
I'm sorry.
he doesn't even generate that much anymore, does he?
No, he
right?
doesn't.
I don't mean to laugh. I'm not laughing at the, I'm laughing at the mention of R. Kelly because I saw that 2020 interview. That was
Oh God!
Oh my gosh.
Oh God!
Hey,
No.
Nora, what were you saying?
Okay. But yeah, actually, you can laugh at Onision too. He's a prick.
I'm being buried alive.
You're killing me.
Did he come out of the closet?
You could make another song based on
What
that.
were you saying, Nora?
You'll get him likes.
Gil the whole
But-
time going, Robert.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and the whole time the interview is like, dude, like I was half expecting this lady to like, okay, no, like pull the keys out, like jingle the keys at the baby. No, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. A little you cry. No one's gonna be on a girl tonight. What's
YouTube per angel.
Speaking of
YouTube,
Metro,
wait.
I might move back to Florida from Arkansas.
Fair.
Yeah.
Angel just typed into the chat. YouTube, just like Twitch, works on a policy of fame. If you're big enough, you can get away with shit that would get anyone else banned instantly.
God Almighty? That's probably
He's not wrong.
But the whole Greg thing, I still find messed up. He's been allowed to just like, if that was me flashing some stuff, which I don't do, I would have been had my channel booted. But this dude is like, he's something else. Now
Like,
now that he knows somebody or he's doing something with the CEO, I'm not gonna get into that.
Nah, ew, that's gross. Like,
That is-
even Susan Wojcicki's got her limits, man. I mean, come on. But like the trouble with this guy is that if those of you who don't know, he did a bunch of fake phony videos where he's like, oh, losing my mind. I'm so manic. I'm so depressed. And I'm so much like Walking Face Joker. I'm smiling. I'm like, no, it was dumb shit. And in one of these, he was naked in his bathtub or shower or whatever, and he almost slipped, and we got like half a frame or whatever, like half a second worth of a shot of his junk. And he had to use the YouTube editor thing in order to cut that junk out, but everyone caught the screen grab by then. And it
Couldn't
was
he have just done a favor and hit his head?
And after all, who would have thought?
I agree with you.
I'm-
Nico.
I'm really this close. I'm just literally this close to thinking about, like, you know what? If FPS Diesel is not gonna box him, I will MMA this dude for every X that he has wronged. And everybody that he has made fun of, including myself as an African American, saying black hair is disgusting and this kind of style is
No, it ain't.
That's what he said in his video.
I know.
And he tried to make an apology video, which is blackface. It's like, dude, if I would, I would practice Muay Thai, Capoeira, any kind of martial art, because you deserve an ass whooping.
Yeah.
I'll do
Hell
it for
yeah.
you.
Same. He's a fucking idiot.
Agreed.
Okay, so like we got what 7, 8 people all in agreement. This guy needs his butt whipped. Anyway,
I'll do it for you.
Better yet, star
Let's
platinum
check.
butt whooping.
yeah, no. In all seriousness, though,
Stop platinum.
like we're all just trying to like entertain each other. We're all just shooting the breeze on different stuff. Like there was actually I don't know how often anyone has actually had the chance to go out to try to get supplies or to get anything like
Or just get any fresh air. Just
Like-
go out and do something.
the
I haven't tried to get any supplies in Arkansas. Like, I just went to Walmart last time, and if you want to talk about empty, the dairy products, the meat products, I didn't even get a chance to see the toilet paper because I would have probably would die laughing because I didn't know how serious this was.
like
But when you
Oh
saw
my
the
God.
cereal section, it was kind of like, what the F? Is everybody that desperate or
My-
something? Are we watching Saturday Night cartoons?
Kimiko is going to share another horror story from the public supermarket.
Well, not so much a horror story as so like today, you know, I left the deli, said gotta go to the bathroom. Yep, I work for Publix in the deli, 13 years worth. So I'm a glutton for punishment. But anywho, so I'm walking to the bathroom and you know do my thing. When I come back, like by where the aprons sample counter is, I see quilted northern toilet paper. So I went up to my manager and I said, I found the Holy Grail in my precious. And he just started laughing. So I said, I'm going to go put this back. It'll probably be the only thing on the shelf. But no, in my store, we actually had a bunch of quilted northern and Angel Soft. I don't know if it's still there. Mind you, this was like 8 o'clock in the morning.
This is
Probably
the currency of the apocalypse.
On
It's
that
not bottle
subject.
caps. It's not gold. It's
It's-
not relics. It's
It's toilet paper.
paper.
And on
Oh my
that
God,
note,
I started to
Why-
question the whole toilet paper things. Like, what is everybody getting? Chipotle or Taco Bell? Was something wrong with the Taco Bell? I'm missing something.
Okay, really quick.
Amigos actually has added, even Costco's imposed a limits policy where you can only buy so much. The place you know for letting you buy in bulk is not letting you buy in bulk anymore.
Yep.
Yep.
it's
Thank
got
you.
that. Sarah,
Really
have
quick.
have you got any like horror story of shopping, or have you managed to get yourself supplied, or is it not even a problem there?
Oh, it's a pretty big problem here. It's always empty. On a good day, we can get maybe a couple things, but usually it's pretty empty and the lines are horrific. So,
Yeah, I figured.
Oh, gross, man. Okay.
And hurricane season's not even here yet.
Ugh.
I wanted to ask you: is Walmart in Florida doing 8 p.m.?
The state of
Walmart,
Florida-
I don't know. I think the one up by me up on Gun Highway is around like 9 p.m. I think.
actually
I'm not
have-
exactly
Well,
sure.
here in
Don't quote me.
Arkansas, they're closing their thing to 8 p.m. It used to be a 24-hour store, but because of the whole incident, like you have to get up really early. That's when they call it senior
Mhm.
citizen time, from 6 or 7 a.m. till 9 a.m. And then after that, they close around 8 p.m. to restock.
Yeah. That
And
Mhm.
that's one of the things that has been
Yep.
stressing me this whole entire
That's what they're
month.
doing here in
Because the only thing
Orlando.
I just went to Arkansas to get was just my medicine because I have a terrible migraine from hell. So
ouch.
Yeah.
when I was walking around, because it takes 20 minutes, I was just looking around the areas like, only thing that literally survived was the chips and the candies.
Apparently, no one thinks to let themselves have a little bit of a sugar high on while we're dealing with this crisis. That's why I got myself a package of zebra cakes for the house. Actually, I do have one little silly story. Yesterday,
we see you, Cass.
I went to. I'll get you. I'll let you go away, Casper. I just have one minor stupid story. I managed to get a hold of enough like dinner meat for chicken and beef and stuff to last us for a month. Thank goodness. And as I was checking out, there was an older dude ahead of me who was wrapping up, and what do you call it? He was 2 arms length away from me. He was like almost 6 feet away. I was like leaning over just to see like if they had something in the little checkout thing, like because I felt like getting a snack. And he turned to me like, we're not supposed to be that close to me, right? I'm like, I wasn't even near him. I was like a full 5 or 6 feet away. Like, and I actually told like just for like that, like, well, I apologize, sir. And he, as if he thought I was saying something completely different, he went on and said, you're not sorry at all. You know damn well why not. You know damn well why not. And I'm like, and as he was walking away, he was giving me the stink eye. I literally just.
I'd just be like, okay, boomer.
Like.
So yeah,
no, like that's for me next month because I don't get paid until April. It's kind of like, you know what? I'm just probably not going to go to the grocery store until I get my food stamps. I hate to say this until I'll probably just order pizza and probably just store it like a squirrel.
Yeah, Casper, I believe you had a story you'd like to share.
Just this was a really endearing and funny story. So Kimiko, you mentioned you work at Publix. Most of my actors, actually, almost none of my actors make all of their money based on our murder mystery parties or princess parties or whatever else the company does. Most of my actors have other jobs, and one of them works at Publix.
Your second, I'll be back.
And so they messaged me. They use they them pronouns. They messaged me and were like, "Hey, boss man, do you need toilet paper?" And
oh boy!
Like, there's 3 of us in our apartment, and I'm like, yeah, we do. And so after their shift, they drove because apparently they passed by my apartment on their way home. On their shift, like during their break or whatever, one of my actors brought me toilet paper, dish soap, hand soap, and vitamins. And I'm like, you're trying to get actor of the month, ain't you?
Nice.
I mean, it's greatly appreciated. Like, and they've been telling me stories. Like, apparently, again, I wasn't there. This is my actor's story. They may be jumping in to watch at some point. I hope they do. But apparently, I don't know what Publix they work at. I don't know what Publix you work at. But they primarily stock the shelves. I don't know what department they work in, but they just stock shelves primarily.
Oh, so they're probably just stalkers.
Yeah. So they were stocking shelves, but apparently, they had were like the Publix they worked at only had the organic eggs, and I went to Publix to get groceries today, and yeah, it's a lot of the organic brands or the knockoff brands right now. And a guy got really mad at them, as if it was their fault that they only had organic eggs left, as they were stocking like the pasta shelves. And then apparently someone in the checkout line, I don't know the context, I wasn't there, but apparently someone dumped a bunch of water onto a cash register. Didn't break it.
What?
But they got really mad at the cashier for some reason and just opened a water bottle and dumped it all over the cash register. And thank God they didn't break it. Can you imagine being sued by Publix?
I'm sorry. I couldn't handle someone throwing water on me. I'm sorry. I would have to break a bitch. I'm sorry.
I would have lost.
God.
I know it's bad enough in Delhi, so like I'm just glad I don't have to do customer service or cashiering because I think my spirits would die.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't miss that shit at all. Well,
I wish I could give that cashier person a hug because that was messed up on that customer's part.
Definitely. I'm sorry, but that guy.
And like,
I'm sorry. That is rude. Why the hell would you just like that's just frustration. That is people not thinking straight, people panicking for no stupid reason. And I'm
That's so
sorry.
messed up.
Yeah, no, like I get it. This is like an unprecedented situation, but that's no reason to act like an asshole.
No.
Exactly.
They don't care. They
That's one
don't
thing I wanted
care.
to say. That's one thing I try to
do
stay away
not
from the
care.
news from is because of this whole. Not only the pandemic is making people buy supplies, but it's causing hatred towards other people, including the Asians. It's kind of like, I don't care if this is the bubonic plague. It doesn't excuse you to attack people because of it.
No, I
Thank
agree.
you.
The longer the situation keeps going, the more people are freaking losing their minds, and yes, I'm glad you brought that up. The whole like racial discrimination towards like Asians or Asian Americans or whatnot, like that's really unnecessary. That's the last thing that we need.
It's dumb as
Yeah.
hell.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
Like-
people showing their true colors and making it
Yes.
for the sake of it.
Like anyone in the Ravens flock knows that my fiance is Asian American. She's Filipino, so she doesn't look Chinese. Actually, most people mistake her for Hispanic, so she's gotten a lot of issues because of that.
Yeah,
But like, it's just horrifying to watch because, and then not to get too political, but like certain orange-colored fucktards are helping. But like,
I couldn't have said better.
And to one thing that literally hurts me, what I heard about in Florida is like all Asian restaurants are closing down because of it. It's like they didn't bring this over here; they were legally moved here. Since you guys don't know, so what does an excuse to cause them their business?
Yeah, I'm so grateful.
Exactly.
I don't know why.
There's a Oriental market on the same road that my office is on. That we actually, when this first started, we went and bought like $300 worth of stuff because we don't know how else to help the business. So we just went in there and bought like $300 worth of snacks and food as this like little way of like trying to help them because we could just see it backlashing to them hard.
Yeah, because and honestly, here's the thing: I love going to Asian markets because that's where I was introduced to I forgot what it's called. It's soda starts with the R.
Ramune.
Ramune.
Okay.
Ramune soda.
Ramune soda. Ramune soda and Pocky and different kind of flavored candies.
I don't know if you've ever tried it. Sarah. Have you ever tried Ramune before?
No, I haven't.
Yes, I have. I was trying to collect them.
It's a light soda, and they have it in little fruit flavors. But the thing is that the bottle is designed in a really weird way. It's sealed using like a little glass ball bearing inside this little reservoir here. So it's got a little plastic cap that you tear open, and then you take the plastic cap to pop down the ball
It's so
bearing
cool.
to open.
And if you do it wrong,
and you
God.
gotta be careful in doing it too.
happened to me.
It's very tasty,
game.
very light. You'll find it in any Asian market if you find it nearby.
You're gonna have to
Usually
send
like
her a picture of what it looks like.
yeah, probably. So it's usually like $1 or $2 or whatever
See
at
it.
your local Asian market.
Oh.
I'll send you what it looks like sometimes. So you, if you're into that kind of thing, but if not, that's cool.
Oh wait, hang on a minute.
Nora, is that what you have?
He
Oh.
has one as an
Nora's got-
example.
Nora, back it up a little bit.
Yeah, back it up.
There
And
you
twist
go,
it
that's
to your
it.
right a little bit so you can see the flavors.
You see that? You see that there?
And it's never
That's
too
a Ramune
pungent of a
bottle.
flavor. It's
light
really
soda.
good.
It's very tasty. Give it a try. I think you'll fall in love.
This is a Dragon Ball Z one. My friend got me it. It was a store in Westfield, Brandon called Pop Cult.
I love pop.
I love Pop Cult.
Oh,
They closed down before, but when I moved,
We're sort of teaching it, Sarah, in a little bit in nerd and otaku culture here. So this is a learning opportunity, I guess. I don't know.
I love it.
Welcome to the geekhood of what the Ravens flock is all about.
Juan,
I'm just
Welcome.
pretty sad right now because of this whole Corona thing. It's like, first of all, it's not the Asian Americans' fault. Not at all. This whole thing started because think of the bubonic plague. In the 1400s, people were so poor, there was no such thing as plumbing. Anything, any waste or anything you had to hang out or literally toss outside.
Yep.
So, and most likely, it wasn't caused by rats either. It was caused by fleas. Fleas had the disease, and whenever the rats scratched, they would jump on from person to person.
Right.
And those things are everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say, I think Angel actually wants to jump in. Would anyone be okay with stepping out for a little bit so we could have Angel jump in?
I don't mind stepping out.
All right.
Sure.
All right.
Alrighty.
We'll swap you back in later.
And you
Casper.
can always chat with us.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks for joining, Casper.
And Sarah, this guy down here, he is the mouthpiece of the Ravens flock. He is the unabashed
Motor mouth.
Angel, you shit. How you doing?
Oh no, he's been
Oh, I'm fantastic. I just find it hilarious how you call me the mouthpiece of the Raven flock, but the second Sarah shows up, I'm the first one to be removed.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Also, hi Sarah, good to see you again. How are you doing today?
Guys, hopefully I
It's a
can meet you
pleasure to
guys in
actually
person
see
when I
you.
get to Florida.
The pleasure is all mine. And funny thing, I was actually just turning on the Broly movie while you guys were talking about stuff. You guys caught
What
me
movie
just at
again?
the exact the Broly movie, the super one.
The Dragon Ball.
You guys
I
still
hate
being
you.
just the moment somebody gets punched into a mountain and just go, well, time to go in.
I hate
yes.
you. It's
Make-
over 9,000. I hate you. I
love
hope you didn't
too,
see it
Nora.
in
It's been
movie
a-
theaters.
Sadly, I did. Wait, did I? No, wait. I didn't have a chance to actually see it in theaters. I just got the Blu-ray, and that's the last fucking cent of money Funimation ever gets from me. But I digress. But in case, I have been paying attention to the conversation you guys have been doing, and yes, it's an unfortunate side effect of human nature. We always look for a solution, and
You
when the
don't mind if I
solution is
break
not
his
easily
legs?
available,
You don't mind if I just visit
leave
Florida?
my
and
legs
break
out
his
of this.
legs
I'm
and
not even
make
wearing
this
pants
movie?
right now. But I digress.
Yeah, your point. We're up. Cheers.
There is an aspect of human nature that unfortunately we cannot fight. It's the fact that we want an answer. We want an answer so badly that we're willing to go for the easy one, even if it's not the right one. We know factually, deeply, internally, that the Chinese people, the Asian people, the whatever you want to call them, that live in this country have nothing to do with that stupid virus. We know
Thank
that it
you.
began in the city of Wuhan, which is why it's hilariously being called the Wu flu. We know that if you're going to blame somebody, you blame whoever was downing bowl after bowl of bat soup, whatever. But we need someone to blame. People are desperate because they're looking for someone to blame, because they need something to aim their frustration at over something that you cannot just beat with your fists and your guns. It's a virus. It's going to get there and it's going to go through. And there's this bizarre, how do I put it, disconnect between what is going on worldwide and what is going on near to us. Because let's be honest, guys, if you walk outside in your neighborhood right now, everything looks exactly the same way as it looked 3 weeks ago. Am I right?
Yeah.
No,
It's
it
true.
feels like nothing has changed. But every time you turn on the news, that death count just keeps going higher and higher. And that fills you with the dread of what's going to happen when that gets over here. And that is why it's happening. And of course, the media is not exactly helping with their
No, they're not.
unwilling, if somewhat willing, spreading of. I'm not saying they're willing to spread panic. I'm saying that the way they're putting it out there is clearly making things more difficult for everybody. But hey, I'm pretty sure that if I apply enough rolls of toilet paper to my butthole, the virus will never get to me. If I just stuff it deeply inside like a 2 girls 1 cup video, it will never get to me. If I recreate all those YouTube videos,
All right.
maybe
like-
I will be safe.
Tim says he's stepping out because his phone's about to die. Nice meeting you too.
Thanks for
Have a
joining
good
in.
night, Tim.
Feel free to-
Props
If
you.
anything, my Instagram.
We got your Instagram here.
See you later, guys.
Thank you, dude.
Take good care, my dude.
Now be like
Yeah,
Carl
that's
from
one thing I
Aqua Teen
wanted
Hunger
to-
Force.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Casper.
I wanted to say that I don't like the hatred needs to stop. That's one thing I was before I lived here in my apartment. Like the whole hatred thing. If I don't care about I don't care if you're black, white, this, that, and the other, Christian, pagan, whatever. If you treat me the way I want to be treated, I'll treat you right. It shouldn't matter. And
You would think so.
and here's the thing that I'm going to admit this, and I will admit this, and I'm proud of it. I am part of the Satanic Temple.
Okay.
Hey,
I'll say.
So
I'm not, but mad
and-
respect.
Oh,
so yeah, like I did my homework, and I have my reasons to join.
Okay.
So,
They just believe in
So I'm
being
just-
decent people. They don't even believe in a literal Satan.
I was raised Catholic. Should I go to war with you now?
I mean, you'd have to go to war with me.
Deus Bolt!
Angel, you're
I mean,
unbelievably
Nora,
weak. You don't even want to go to war with your neighbors.
I don't know. Those
Nora,
bastards keep
I-
crapping in my yard.
I don't practice Satanism, but I practice eclectic witchcraft, so my paganism kind of just is all over the board. But
Yeah.
I've looked into the tenets of Satanism, and honestly, It's just like don't fuck with anybody, and they won't fuck with you. If they fuck with you, then it's their fault for anything that they get in return.
Basically, if someone says no, it means no.
Like,
which
What
is my
a strange
favorite
time
part.
we're living.
And if you don't listen, you're going to get your balls cut off.
The funny thing is
What a
that
bizarre time.
the funny thing is that Jose and I, we were born, raised, baptized as Roman Catholic, and the whole time that that we're like we were taught like just for this one like version of Christianity. How many different like conversions has our family gone through over the years? Like how many?
I have lost count at how many they've told us about, but you know what? At least they know not to preach to you guys so much anymore.
Yeah.
You know, live in minister and all. Hi.
Yeah, no, but like at the end of the day, you know, we're all like even though we have different faiths and all this shit, we can all universally agree on a few things. Like number one, Onigision's an asshole. Number two, Asian people are not at fault for this whole virus thing. Number
Exactly.
Not the right ones, anyway.
Actually, no. You know what? The number one thing that we can all agree on: wear sunscreen.
Yes.
Yes.
The
Wash your hands.
and health benefits of sunscreen have been proven for years.
Yes.
So you can ignore any other advice that you can put out or any other truth
Yes.
of life,
So gorgeous.
but don't.
I don't
forget-
think I don't think I need to wear sunscreen. I roast easily.
Yes, you do.
Okay, Nora. Nora.
If you wear sunscreen, it keeps the sun from aging your skin, which everyone needs, no matter the tone.
Like, have you seen how dry
True.
my skin is? No, you can't probably get this
No.
high enough definition. Like, thankfully,
Okay.
Jose, whenever he shaves his head, we keep it velvety smooth. We help you out with lotion, right? And it's got.
So
how
old are you guys?
How old are we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
He's 30. This one's 32.
I'm 32.
This one's 33. And I'm 31.
Our disembodied, my spouse, case form.
Hey.
You guys don't look 31. Casper looks like he's in his teens.
Who?
I get that all the time.
Not.
I am 24. I'll be 25 this December. Yeah, I know. I went to the gas station.
You look young.
Yeah, it's the hormone replacement therapy. I'm going to look like a teenager until I'm about 36. But
I just turned 31 on the 12th of March.
Okay,
yeah,
how old do
well,
I look?
You look like you're
28.
in your
28.
20s.
I'd say 25,
Like in your early to mid 20s.
24, 25.
Nope.
But still, you look good.
I just turned 36 March 7th.
Well,
Congrats.
you're looking good, Nora. No, I already said that. Kimiko. you're looking good.
Holy.
Nice.
Bullshit.
What?
That's
I'm
my
aware.
birthday. What?
Uses to accept.
And
So,
April over here is
your
31
birthday's
as
like-
well.
Like 5 days earlier before mine. I was born like in the early 90s.
I was 95.
I was 6 when you were born.
Again,
It's
this
like,
I'm 88.
you're making me feel old.
I was
My,
11.
my, my,
this
My
just reiterates
fiance-
one of the first points we made here that we have such pretty friends. We have such very attractive friends and followers here on this channel, and I'm just like, I'm ugly. No,
Physically,
No, you are
Juan,
not.
shut your mouth.
You're
if you were
a
ugly,
handsome
dude,
guy.
you would not be in a relationship. If you were
Yeah.
ugly.
yeah.
I
If anyone is ugly, it's me.
Jose, shush for a second.
Jose, shut your
No.
mouth.
I have known these two since mine and Jose's freshman year of high school. His junior year? Or no, you were a year ahead of me, weren't you, Joe?
We were both in the same year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Juan was 2 years ahead of me because we're a year and 6 months apart. I've known them since, I graduated 2006.
Yeah.
So I've known them since my freshman year.
Yeah.
And yeah, they've had this going on pretty much the whole time.
Yeah.
always.
Okay, really quick.
And then
As
we were
the-
in college, and this dude jumped in.
There you
And
go.
okay, and
Hold on, Catherine trying to say something. What's up?
I was gonna say, as a raging bisexual, there are no unattractive people in the Ravens flock.
Thank you.
you. Continue
Very
on.
nice.
As an
I
equally
support you. You have my support.
as an equally raging bisexual, I second that and say that everybody I'm looking at's gorgeous.
All right, actually,
Move.
I was gonna say like everybody here looks beautiful. I look hideous. I'm a hideous black person.
All right.
Don't look at me.
As a
Don't need to
fan-
worry, because you are a fan of the JoJo, and even if you are ugly, you will still be fabulous in my heart.
Thank you, Angel.
Oh.
Yes,
Okay, so that was a little less harsh than what I was going to say.
Also,
As-
I'm like 31, but I sound like I'm 50, so don't worry about it.
But you have
Oh,
like, you
yeah,
have
I
like
know
a
your
voice
roles.
of, like,
As
sex
a
god.
person who is a
No,
friend
okay.
of all human beings in the Ravens flock, there is no
Oh,
such thing. There is no such thing. as a-
Ravens Flight number 2.
unless you're Angel.
Onion might have an interview with Chris Hansen.
That's right.
Oh yeah, Jesus.
Ah,
Christ.
yes.
Like, that might actually finally happen.
That
Might
little
be happening
shenanigan.
Monday.
It might actually happen this Monday.
Yeah.
So
Well, I
Here's how
found
I
out about
see it.
that
I
video.
see
It
it
was
as
hilarious
him
to me
having a
as well, babe.
tantrum because he was focusing on David Devaney, and I think Chris Hansen was like, "Dude, just get out of my way, please, 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 please." Like, okay,
my
fine, I'll give you whatever you want.
no, how dare you give me everything I want? I want you to give me more. Where?
I love the fact that he actually called the police on him, and when they showed up, Chris was like, "Yeah, you guys are here. Who are you, sir? My name is Screen Hansen." And the police were like, "Oh."
Dude, can we get your
And he just kind of
autograph?
stopped and let him do his own thing.
Have a seat. Have a seat.
I bust out laughing when I heard the 911 call. I'm surprised the operator was like, "Who? Chris Hansen."
And you could hear.
I'm just gonna hang up now.
You could hear the silence of the 911 operator actually like, "Oh my God, this fucking idiot is calling the cops on Chris Hansen." It was hysterical.
It was.
Here's the funny thing about it. Now the state of Washington hates him because of the 19 calls. So if he even tried, he has to be homebound now because of not only because of Chris Hansen, because of 911 calls. Like he's been homebound since everybody hates him, but now everybody has a reason to hate him. Like I bet you he can't go to Starbucks without somebody throwing Frappuccino at him.
That is a terrible waste of a Frappuccino. I'm sorry, but if
Yeah, I don't like Starbucks, but let's not waste coffee on the likes of that person. It's
Exactly.
just not
Like,
worth it.
No, it needs to be hot coffee.
I'm gonna go in.
No, McDonald's hot coffee. That's painful.
I'm gonna get my
McDonald's hot coffee in his groin.
I'm gonna throw that at this clown. No. Actually, no. What I wanted to bring up was since we were discussing how we all met each other in like high school and stuff, like after we got to college, the way we met Angel, the way that
yes.
Okay, you're gonna love this.
It came in a FedEx box.
No.
I mean, kinda, but
International. You're thinking of DHL, okay? No, but in seriousness, when we were all in college, there was this student lounge at the humanities building, right? And this student lounge, we used to call it the fishbowl because it had all like 3 out of the 4 sides of the student lounge in it, in behind a glass wall. And
It is the fishbowl.
so we called it the fishbowl. And instead of going to class some days or just in between classes, we'd all shoot the shit. We would hang out, make friends there who were also geeks and nerds. And we actually had found a video on YouTube. And this is a terrible story. How much do you guys know about World of Warcraft?
Intermittent knowledge.
Who hasn't heard about it?
Sarah, a little?
Meh.
Do you
A
know
little
anything
bit.
about? Okay. Now, if you know, there's 2 main factions that you can be a part of. You could be either in the Alliance or in the Horde.
We have a Jesse.
Oh, Jesse's in the back over here.
All right.
hey, Jess.
Would
can
anyone
hop
like
off.
to volunteer to shuffle off for now? Casper.
Hi, Jesse.
Oh, hi.
Another one of our teammates here. She goes by Zayana Rose. She is our
said it
she's a
wrong.
cosplay friend of ours at conventions. We're actually regaling on the tale of how we met Angel Mendez, our mouthpiece of the Ravens flock. So, in World, okay, sure.
Yeah, go on.
So in World of Warcraft, apparently one user who was a member of the Alliance had passed away, and friends and people had actually decided, okay, we'll go ahead and we'll pay respects to this guy. His sister set up his avatar at this lake in the game, and people lined up in a nice row to leave nice messages and like send family. It was very nice and very sweet. This was also the golden opportunity for people in the Horde to come in and crash the party. It was the terrible disaster of a wipeout you could ever have. and it ended with people actually going after the character of the deceased person and beating them and taking their XP and their items and shit. It was horrible.
That's
We
a
watched
dick
that video,
move.
and they played to the song of Scatman. Well,
Hush and take a break.
It was wonderful.
Angel
Predicted the Red
was
Wedding years
wandering-
before Game of Thrones.
was wandering through,
And,
and
we
he
have
joined in.
Scrubs works with us.
Yep.
We have
It's funny, really, because
Scrubs
thinking back on it,
Oh,
that particular event basically predicted the Red Wedding from Game of Thrones years before it happened. And,
For a minute.
and considering how bad World of Warcraft went down, they predicted season 8 too, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that's how I met those two Choco Fox on the left corner over there. And ever since, we have been more or less inseparable in our journey to actually enjoy life a little bit at a time. But yeah, that's how I started with a game that none of us play, which I really should say now because I'm playing 14. But
yeah, on the one hand, that was terrible, but of course, you couldn't help but laugh.
I have yet to finish Game of Thrones.
In here.
Same
No.
here. I got through the first
Stop.
season and I haven't continued since because
I've
everyone
never
spoiled
watched
everything.
a single one and don't intend to.
stop before you
I
get to
watched
8.
for the
because apparently
dragons.
it's just one
Okay,
at that
I just
point.
watched for the dragons.
All right.
But I
Hey,
but I
guys,
am
don't
ready
mean
for
to
season
interrupt,
4 of
but there's somebody
Castlevania.
who wants to-
Yes!
I haven't watched the third season yet.
Yeah, they can hear
I
us.
haven't watched it yet, by the way, so please don't spoil me on that one.
Guys,
Guys, we
What?
have someone else who's trying to hop in, so we need to temporarily pull one of y'all since we can only have 6 faces at a time.
would anyone like to volunteer real quick for a little bit?
Volunteer or voluntold?
Here, I'll do it. So,
Yeah, just speak whatever.
Sarah.
Ready?
All right, we'll check you later. If you don't come back, it was awesome seeing you. We love you. We'll check you later.
See ya.
Of course, we'll check you in there. All right,
What's up, Bruns?
All right, how you doing?
Hey, Jackie.
We got
We
Crafty
got
Fang.
the other
Dragon Fang.
twin!
Yes, awesome.
How's it going, Chief?
Yes.
Holy crap.
Hello, Bruns. Welcome to the... oh boy, what's it called?
Okay.
Bruns, welcome to the coronavirus stream, the Doomer Boomer. It is a pleasure to have you with us today. How are you doing?
Oh, so far so good. I have accomplished almost nothing I set out to do today, and I'm okay with that.
Fantastic. My internet is
Okay,
dead.
I
I'm
wanna
doing this
watch
on my phone, so I know what it feels like.
Yeah, you know what? This chaos is exactly what I wanted to see in terms of our party here. So,
Absolutely.
but
And
I'm
really-
glad that we're able to have everyone show up. How you been doing, Brunswick? How have you been passing the time in terms of the live stream, or in terms of how you're quarantined?
A combination of streams, my day job, and stupid food tricks.
Hey,
Food
stupid
trip.
one. Also,
Do one.
I can't do it. I can't. Fine, try that.
Oh, by the way, Casper says hi.
Why did you?
Yes, I'm a very, very good friend of Casper's. He's my director at Murder Mystery Company.
yay! All the
Hey,
actors.
speaking of food,
We're gonna work on.
Welcome to the actors.
Actually, yeah, food will be in a little bit. I was actually going to work on making dinner for everyone in the house.
okay.
I wish I could give you guys dinner, but of course, I can't.
I don't provide insurance, K-Storm.
Well, you know I can just use the TARDIS to get over there.
I won't pay for your doctor's visit.
Oh no, we need the battery.
Battery
Oh
pack.
gosh.
Oh no!
Well, damn.
Hang on, guys.
Thank you all kindly for joining us in this Ravens Vlog stream where we discuss the events of the coronavirus in
It
today's
sounds like
society.
you guys need a doctor. Help.
No, we don't. What I need is to remind
So,
these guys that
what
now they
high
have a
school
working
did you
internet
guys go
connection.
to in Florida?
I said
Kings.
someone just needs to have a doctor.
Very funny.
I went to Kings. It was just basically a little shitty location down by the ghetto. Nothing else.
I was gonna say Dixie Hollins, Ghetto Dixie, or Dirty Dixie, what they call it.
You guys can still hear us, though, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
we
I
can
don't.
hear you.
Okay.
Like originally, my high school that I wanted to go to was Northeast because they had
There
a
we go.
swimming pool.
Better.
There we go.
Yay!
Oh, by the way, Joe, Juan,
Wow.
now that you guys have worked, first off, congratulations on getting working internet. I don't want to
Thank
hear any
God.
excuses why you haven't played Monster Hunter yet.
Thank you,
Oh my
Hillsborough County
gosh.
School Board.
Really, Angel? You're going to get on me about that?
Yes, I'm
You
going to get in
guys
your
should
case
just
about
start
that.
playing Animal Crossing like all of us other cool cats.
Jose
Not playing
Angel Mendez.
Pokemon is where it's at.
I just think it's just overplayed
I
in
do
my
love
opinion. Next to Pokemon
I've
Go,
been
Animal
lazy.
Crossing.
Well, to be
Angel.
fair, I have person.
I mean, I
I'm sorry,
have
what?
been playing 14. So thank you.
Angel. They've got
What?
wrest the consoles away from me first.
It's true.
That's no excuse. Fighting your wife to the death should not be a rare occurrence. It should be like a daily thing. Get on it right now.
Lyra, this is for you. This margarita's for you.
And this
Is that a wine cooler?
Oh, so we're doing this now.
Margarita.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right, go ahead. Grab your booze.
Margarita.
This is 18 and up, 21 and up if you're drinking.
¿Todo bien por aquí?
Anyone who is watching this after the stream, we do not condone underage drinking.
Oh yeah, we're definitely.
1-8.
Drinking is over 21, even if they don't look it.
I know, but
Girls.
We'll be 30 this year.
Look.
We know.
Don't remind me.
Girl.
I would still card both of you.
Monster Hunter, Animal Crossing, and Final Fantasy 14.
Hey, I wasn't even coded in Japan when I got alcohol. They looked at me and they're like, oh, okay. Same, but I was coded in Arkansas.
Estoy tomando viruses.
April 10th.
It was funny.
Like, so, Brunswick, I actually wanted to axe. Not axe. I want. God dang it.
Is that a Corona?
I'm drinking the thing that killed your grandparents.
The top one.
Perfect.
Joke's on you. I don't know my grandparents.
I killed them anyways. Behold the power of the Elder Ender.
So if anyone here really wants good jerky,
I hadn't heard that
this is really good jerky.
You are not allowed with 20 feet within.
What?
Oh, you got the beef jerky?
Oh, nice.
Give me the rest. Give me the rest.
How dare you?
All of them.
How dare you? Actually, actually,
I am coming to your house and raiding it. I am
That's better.
coming to your house and raiding it.
You pair of
Ow.
I know you want them.
out there.
Good
Yes,
stuff.
that's why I'm going to drive to your house and raid it.
I actually wanted to ask you guys
Brothers,
if you were part of Casper's. I wanted to get on topic, but I wanted to see
It is very good jerky.
Okay, I wanted to ask you about what it's like working with Casper. If you got any funny theater moments that we can hold over his head forever, because we definitely use that right about now.
Well, funny, we just had a show cancel, the first of our many cancellation tour shows with Murder Mystery Company a couple Saturdays ago. And we said, all right, well, screw it. We're down here in South Florida. Let's find an escape room. And we found one. And it kicked ass. It was the Demented Dungeon, if you're ever down that way. Strongly recommend them. They were absolutely hysterical. And we warned them that we were in a mood and we were going to do the room in character. This did not prepare them in any way for what we did, but we got through it with about 3 minutes to spare, and we then spent like an hour and a half hanging out with them before their next appointment. They do like a by appointment thing because they're very small. And then we went back to the hotel room and made TikTok videos and other short videos for like 8 hours, I think.
Wow.
That I did get to do, and those were hysterical. That was terrible. I loved them, every single one of
So
them.
you were doing binds, basically.
I think.
Well, now they've evolved from that, I
Apparently,
guess.
Perry has embarrassing true story permission.
Oh, wow.
The only
Truth
time
be told, we've done a few shows together, and I can't think of anything that I would consider embarrassing. That could be because of my shame threshold, or I don't know.
Angel, you're getting dropped.
I always wanted to see a murder mystery
Okay.
show.
Yeah.
Oh, I love murder mystery shows.
Yo.
Wow.
Oh, it's like volleyball, side out and rotate.
Hi.
Damus. So we got everybody. We got a former flocker of ours, Damus.
Out
in as
in
well.
California.
I'm in California. I'm on day 10.
And folding, she's folding Gaunch, it looks like.
Hi. And you haven't
So, has Florida did the stay-at-home order yet, or it's already in effect?
No.
Hillsborough County does. Hillsborough County has an enforceable order. Pinellas has a stay-at-home directive.
Yep.
Orlando, I believe, is also in order. More than that, at this point, I'd have to look it up. Also, hey, Angel says hi.
And what exactly are you creating there? For those of you who are not familiar with Demos, they are a cosplayer. They're a seamstress costume designer, very talented. What are you up to that's keeping your sanity, or perhaps chipping away at your sanity?
Chipping.
So I actually technically lost.
Not a lot
my
of people
sanity
know
on
this,
day
but
2.
they're actually not freeze framed. They're just staying that still.
Wait, who's staying still?
Oh, I see Deimos as staying still.
Oh,
I stay very, very still.
So I was making a
lot of
freeze
the
frame
time.
joke.
Yeah, a lot of people think I freeze frame, but I sit very still. Zayana, Jesse can actually attest to that. I sit.
Well, I thought.
I can attest to that.
Everyone can. So technically, I lost my sanity on day 2. So right now, I'm working on a Tang Dynasty Han Fu, circa 690 AD, in Chinese history. Well, that's the area I chose to kind of base.
Nora Otaku is on the move.
I am actually creating a Hanfu from the show Danmei, I should say, the Danmei
Everyone goes quiet.
Mo Dao Zushi, or the Grandmaster of Demonic Cultivation. If you were at Holiday Matsuri, or if you've seen the Phlox photos, I was actually in one of them in my other Hanfu, which is all black and red. This one is all blue and white. And so now what I'm doing, because I finished majority of it last night, majority of the machine sewing, I should say, of my Hanfu entirety. So now what I'm doing is I'm going through and embroidering little clouds on this band, because that's the set
that's impressive.
this character comes from.
They're
That's so cool.
style clouds.
Hey.
The first thing that popped in my head was Naruto. Fuck, I'm a nerd.
Yeah, I specifically chose like the specific like Chinese.
Is that someone else jumping in?
He can wait.
All right. Yeah, no, I was gonna say, okay. No, I'm glad that you're keeping busy. I know that you work at a free cafe whose name I will not utter here because
I do not work at a cafe anymore. I work in a bridal.
Wait, where do you work now?
Bridal.
Oh, that's right. That's
Missed
right.
that?
No, I forgot. No. I remembered. I just forgot. Okay.
Yeah.
But
I'm a bridal consultant at David's Bridals, so we had actually been affected back mid-January from this wonderful thing going on.
God, that sucks.
I am
So
but
we officially closed 10 days ago. Yeah, Wednesday before 2 days.
Man, that stinks.
Well, Deimos, do you have any a Patreon site or any website where you do commissions to try and like?
So I have a Google Docs form up for commissions. I'm only taking small commissions, just because I have a lot on my back burner that I had to push back for 2019 that I want to get done for this year for whatever conventions I go to. So I'm taking small commissions at my Google Docs, which you can actually find on my Instagram in my link tree.
all right, cool. No, yeah, that's good. Okay, if you want, you can share the link on it in here, and Kimiko or Nora, or if you guys wanted to commission something from Deimos, we can vouch for their work. And if you want it done, and if you don't mind waiting forever and a day because they apparently have a backlog, then give it a shot.
Well,
I was actually going to say, I think I see Angel. Did he want to go ahead and jump back in?
I think he does.
Nora, I was going to ask if there was anything more you might wanted to jump in on for the talk here, or if it's okay. Yeah, that's all right with you.
It's all right. I'll watch you guys on YouTube.
Yeah, no, of course, and we appreciate you jumping in and joining us. We love having people to talk to, and we're just going to continue cycling people through because, as you can see on the upper right-hand corner, the Streamyard logo there, we don't have money to pay to take that off or to put more people in. I'm sorry.
But if you want to keep talking, just drop us some comments, and we'll respond.
Yes, please.
I was gonna say, well, my name is on my Instagram.
Of course.
That's actually my Instagram, so see you.
All right, we'll see you later, Nora.
I saw
Thank
the
you.
chat, so hi everyone who said hi.
Bye.
So,
You can see you moving now. Or
I have
at least can.
returned from
I think
the
everybody
different
else couldn't. I
dimension.
couldn't.
Hey, Casper, good to see you again. How you been?
We don't miss you. I mean,
you asked me.
Oh, don't worry. I'm used to not being missed. I just was watching the movie instead. It's funny because you guys keep bringing me in at the best times. You brought me just when Goku stopped rolling with magic. So just as the fight stops, you call me right back in. It's great. I don't know how you guys do it, but your timing is impeccable. Kind of how you always call me every single time the song gets to the good part when I'm in the car.
Yeah.
It's like, ah!
It's a gift.
So welcome back to the Welcome All the Old Friends stream.
I was actually going to say, I didn't know if Casper wanted to cycle back in as well. And I didn't know if perhaps Kimiko, if you wanted to, perhaps if it's okay if you stepped out for now and then we can bring it back in later. Yeah, take turn.
Okay, that'd be fine.
All right.
I may have knocked back like 2 more beers.
All right, well,
Sorry.
we'll be checking you later. Thank you for joining us now, for now, Kimiko.
Angel, did you
If we see you later, we'll see you later, okay?
Be good seeing you.
See ya. Bye.
Sorry, Joe, you were saying?
Kill that Corona.
Hey,
Yes.
hey, Perry, long time no see.
I promised I
Welcome
was
back.
making dinner, so I'm going to let you guys continue for now. And
Yeah, sure, go ahead. All right, so I guess it's Mira. Yeah, me and Lyra here. I mean, Case, sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's not okay. But anyways.
True, I am off camera.
Uh,
I am not off camera. I'm just awake. I'm a disembodied arm.
So apart,
May I
He was
hijack
ahead
this for a
before.
moment?
It was weird.
so apart from the Juan show going over to the kitchen to make the dinner, it looks like we've got almost the whole gang here.
Jose, may I hijack this for a moment?
Yes.
Go ahead.
All right. So everyone who is on this stream needs to know that I'm a very proud director because this Brunswick that you see here, right over there, guess which proud director gets to gloat that one of his actors got Actor of the Month for the entirety of the company for American Immersion Theater.
Nice.
That's right, Perry. It was you.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Indeed. There you go.
I'm a very proud director and get to gloat that Perry got Actor of the Month for the entirety of the company of American Immersion Theater, and he is joining us tonight right over there in that top corner over there because he is awesome. So I just needed to hijack this and say that you have some star talent because I'm here and he's over there. So
No, that's all good. That's all good. Hey,
Good on you, man. Good on you.
perfect. And again, congratulations. Seriously, that's actually pretty good. And I'm actually glad. Like, I actually like this format. You know, having like the live stream pulled up and like everyone interacting. Like, what do you guys think? Like this is working, right?
I
Oh
like
my
that.
It's like CNN except fun.
It reminds me of Tiny
It's
Chat.
fun.
You know, and we actually have news about stuff.
To get a hold of because I'm 3 hours behind all y'all.
Well,
Yeah, you are 3 hours behind us.
Like,
yeah, well, it's like
okay, what time is it where you are right now?
Damus is in California. That's Pacific time, so it's 9 something here. So over
6.
there, it's 6 something. Am I correct?
Yeah.
Ah,
it's
I see.
Oh,
six-
time differences.
Just about 6:30.
It's weed
So we
o'clock.
still have sunlight.
Ha!
Ah. Well, it's high. You don't want to leave, do you?
I don't want to leave. Hold on. I don't want to leave, but I have to.
It's
Juan is
cold.
afraid
We
that if he
haven't
steps
had
aside.
any of food.
Juan is just afraid that if he sees our tech guy, he's afraid that if he steps outside, something is going to inevitably break. And he's right.
No,
So
he's
don't tell
not.
him I
Because
said
you're
that.
not
He
here.
doesn't need to know.
Understandable.
Angel, he's not right because you're not here and I'm in charge of tech.
Oh, come on. It's not, are you implying that I break shit just by touching it? Because you'll be
Yes.
right.
Yes.
But shut up.
Absolutely, yes.
All of you, shut the hell up. 360 degrees, shut the hell up.
Okay.
But nonetheless, though, it makes me happy to know that so many people that I'm familiar with
I
are
hope you
basically
know
holding
that I
their
was wearing
own.
my flock shirt the other day and thinking of you guys.
Oh, thank you.
Wait, what?
Appreciate
I was
it.
wearing the flock shirt the other day and thinking of us all.
Oh,
You're
thanks.
so
That's,
sweet.
that's very nice. Like,
Mine
I
is true.
get really high pitched when I get excited.
yeah, that's actually very nice. And you know, and I apologize for not staying in touch. And I really don't have any excuse. Like, I've been busy, famous.
Don't. Okay, first off, we have a 3-hour time difference. Secondly, the past, I should say, 11 days, I've been working on costumes. I am adding more beading to my a la carte cosplay.
Oh my god. Really? Really?
It's.
Damos, did you just say Alucard?
Yes!
Have you not seen
Yes,
my
yes,
Instagram
we did.
lately, darling? It's
All
all
Alucard,
Alucard.
Castlevania, the season that we need to
Yes.
watch. Hey, oh!
I know. Once I get my internet back. Actually, thinking back on it, I don't need to get my internet back. You guys have internet. Are you doing anything tomorrow?
Well, that depends.
Juan's working. It's Sunday.
Thing is
I
over.
would personally
My
like
photographer already has a location picked out.
But you have to ask nicely.
Okay, we'll have to think about
because I
another
have
weekend to check it out
Netflix
sometime.
login that our dearie Jesse so kindly loaned me.
To what?
Netflix login.
Oh, we're also doing.
Oh, yes, yes.
Holiday version. We're doing a fun holiday version with my Hector, Trevor, and myself. So Hector, Trevor, Alucard, we're doing a fun holiday version. I'm not going to say what.
That's really
But
cool.
it's going to be really, really funny, and it involves dresses.
Alucard is sexy.
I really gotta get around season 3. All I know is that there's more waifus, and I'm down for that.
I didn't know if you meant Helsing or Castlevania, but honestly, either one, I'm down for it.
Okay, we all know my cosplay type is blonde-haired, damsel in distress, beautiful, more than likely a bottom and a twink.
Zelda? You're just describing Zelda. Are you okay?
Into like MDZS, then it's like chaotic energy, the twink. Witcher. Ooh, okay. Jasper is my boy. Jasper is my boy, but Yennefer is my queen.
Yeah.
You're talking about the Witcher again.
Talking Witcher now because
Sorry, you're gonna hear somebody popping in when I talk. That is my boyfriend Kazumi on Instagram and Twitter. Can I say your name? Oh yeah. Okay, his name is
You
Milo.
can say the Instagram name, I guess.
He's my Hector too.
Nice.
I heard Lyra just say The Witcher. I should be getting my series sometime this year.
That's so I need to watch.
Jasper and Yennefer. I mean, come on.
It's actually a surprisingly
I'm gonna
faithful
I'm gonna go to a bar. I'm going, hopefully a karaoke bar, and then I'm trying to bribe one of my friends. He's gonna be Geralt. I'm like, let's just start drinking and let's just start singing. Toss a coin your way.
Does that work?
And one of my other friends like, can you do it at the place up in Orlando because I want to watch this. I'm like, I will sing in public if I have a drink. Okay.
You will have to take me with you for this.
Jesse, I need videos.
Just do the crime like everybody else does.
No, you can ask.
Film it for me.
Oh, this is definitely getting filmed. Oh, it's gonna be
good. Then you can ask Perry when it comes to public stuff, when it comes to singing in front of groups of people. I have royally messed up while doing so and have had no shame.
I sang as Luna Freya in a corset at in a bar to a Geralt at Katsucon. It was fabulous, and everybody's like,
Good.
"What the heck are you breathing?"
Maybe one day you'll cosplay a good Final Fantasy character.
Hey, Joel! What the hell?
I'm right and you
Breathe
know
through your
it.
diaphragm.
That's exactly.
You know I'm right.
Hey, Joel. Are we gonna do
You
this
know
again?
I am right.
There is nothing wrong with Final Fantasy 15.
Angel,
There are many things wrong with Final Fantasy 15.
Angel, I am muting you for that.
Oh, Angel,
bye,
there may be
Angel.
a lot of things that they could have done better for 15, but it was still amazing.
Thank you.
I
Okay,
tried.
now
Oh,
you
I'm sorry.
are
What was that?
I
I couldn't hear you over the sound of being censored by my own host. Can you repeat that?
It's called a 5-second mute, and you earned it.
No, it's called fascism, and I haven't earned shit.
That's not the rule.
This isn't even
Well, let's see. My opinion was censored. My words were muted. I started no conflict, but I still was taken away. Yeah, that sounds like fascism to me. I'm sorry. Lyra, is there something that you are not telling us right now?
I can't hear Angel. Right
You do realize that I'm the one in charge of tech, and I'm a big 15 fan.
Also,
Oh, yes, yes. That's called nepotism, too.
bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. I couldn't hear you over the sound, so play the better game!
This has gone to madness, and I'm surprised it took this long.
You know
We
what?
were
I have
trying to
one
hold
thing
it back
say to
because we
you,
haven't seen you in a
Angel.
while.
Angel, I have one thing to say to you. Besa mi culo.
I saw that coming.
No, I'm sorry. I
Okay.
couldn't hear you over the sounds of playing better games
listen,
than
I'm
that.
putting a
Oh
pause on
my
my 15
goodness,
cosplays, Angel.
Our-
Putting pause on my 15
So, Perry,
cosplays
welcome
for
to the
this year,
Ravens
for the rest
Flock.
of this year, and I'm
This is
cosplaying
basically
for Final
just what
Fantasy
I
VII this
The way
year.
the game ended.
Well, yeah, I know. But I will stay to my opinion, and I will die on this
And I
hill, and I
can't
will
hear
fist
you.
fight every single one of you until you agree that I'm right.
Yeah, I'm not hearing.
Hi,
Wait,
bros.
was he talking?
That's fine. with
What?
me. I'm just...
Was he talking?
Oh, he was talking to me,
definitely didn't.
telling
I
me
didn't hear
not to
anything.
threaten.
I am the disembodied voice of a psycho.
AKA, he was telling me not to threaten, but Angel deserves a 5-second view.
Oh, book is the sound of tech support demanding to know what's happening. It's okay. It's still here. It's not over yet, Captain.
Out of here.
You know what?
I'm sorry, Casper. You're sounding a little muffled. Are you okay?
Huh?
Okay, there we go. Now I can hear you. Sorry, I thought I lost you there for a second.
Oh, no. I was just saying I can't really blame Juan because I totally get that feeling of, like, even if you know, it's that whole thing of, if I'm not there, something's going to happen. Even if it's not their fault, something's going to happen, and I'm not going to be there to fix it, and that's on me.
Hey, Squidward, have you finished those errands?
Guys,
Have you finished those errands?
He was taking my mic because I muted Angel. So that said, later.
Behold.
Fine. I'm stopping
There. Juan took K-Storm's job. Are you happy, Angel?
Yes, I am. Hey, Juan, you just got him back to tell everybody how I had shit taste compared to them. But my taste is still better.
I think there is a game that we can all agree on unanimously that's coming out on April 10th. Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah,
if I ever
okay,
get
fair
the
enough.
game.
Thank
I have
goodness.
the demo.
Yes.
And I'm not going to play it until after Hall Mat.
It's so good.
Why?
Hey,
honestly,
Yeah,
for
GameStop's
all the
probably
bad-
not going to ship me my game.
So,
For all the differences.
why I'm not going to play the demo and when I have all of this time, because I'm not going back until at the earliest the 7th of April, is because I have a backlog of costumes to make and I have a backlog of historical costumes to make. And yeah.
Oh, no,
I wasn't a big fan of, this is where we all hate me, I wasn't a big fan of 7 from the get-go. So
I never actually played all of it.
Why
I can hear you on
gonna
that.
cosplay from it for Holiday Matsuri? I don't know. I was talked into it.
I'm gonna be cosplaying as Yuffie.
All right, I actually want to ask, how many of us have actually played Final Fantasy VII?
This guy. I played and beat the original game several
A
times.
bit. I got
I
past
watched
the
the
train.
movie. Played Kingdom
That-
Hearts.
Are you talking about actual
Close
gameplay
enough.
or gameplay that all the way through?
I've
'Cause I
never
played
got
I
through
just
it.
didn't finish it.
I was in disc 1. I didn't own the
It
game,
was-
that's fine.
Yeah, it was one of the first games I got on a PS1 when I got to this country, and
I
I've
never
beaten
had a
it several
PS1.
times.
I had a PS2.
I played
Same.
a little bit. I've watched the Advent Children. I've played Dirge of Cerberus.
Oh, Advent Children.
Rude.
Well,
you know, this reminds me of how I met everyone
Oh.
in the Raven's Walk in the first time. Remember?
Yes.
Was that one?
Kadaj.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can tell this one.
Minus me.
No,
wait,
actually,
I remember
let
that you
us
stabbed
do a
me.
little story
Okay,
time.
fine. Yes. Story time with Arauz here, by all means.
Zayana. You keep
Zayana.
getting it wrong.
Okay, Zayana.
Celiana Rose.
Trying to get it right. Go on.
Cerberus
Inner
Rose.
day.
There we go.
That actually sounds hardcore.
All right,
Wait,
go
were
ahead.
you?
Tell us tell everyone how we met.
Oh, I thought you were going to say.
Oh, you want me to say it? Okay, fine. All right.
But we were putting you on the spot.
God dang it. All right, so yeah, K-Storm this was MetroCon. What year was it? 2000.
Oh, gosh. Please don't. I don't remember what year it was.
Okay, well,
Maybe 10
Like
or 12.
2009?
Maybe
no,
10.
2009, I think.
2009, maybe.
We'll play together.
And K-Storm had dressed up as Advent Children Yuffie.
I'm
And
gonna steal your materia!
She actually did steal the materia. I had holy materia.
he had holy materia, and Zayana here was dressed up. And Zayana here was dressed up as Kadaj. And
My baby.
K-Storm decided to sneak up on this very cute, short little Kadaj person, steal their materia, and run away. After that,
Oh,
after
I got it back.
we become friends. We met her sister Jackie from there. We made friends with both of them, and the rest is history. Yep, lots of cosplay to be had.
It was funny. She tried to
Erica's
do that again.
chat. Hi there.
Oh,
saying hi.
Houston.
Oh, dropping comments.
Yeah, in the comment section. But yay.
Awesome. Yes, absolutely. Are there any questions in the comments, or are they just mainly?
They just said hi.
Oh, okay, that's cool. That's cool. That's awesome. But yeah, it's awesome how we've all met each other in like such like crazy like situations, crazy scenarios over the years, and how we've all bonded. Despite how sometimes we could get a little bit like incompetent, like
incompetent,
less incompetent, and more I don't know. Like
it's outright incompetence. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
No. We've got this weird connection. Like it's hard for me to put it in words.
Who's incompetent? I was about to say we're not incompetent. We're just
that's
works.
why I said let's.
Juan, every single time that we have planned anything, every single time we plan anything up to schedule, it has gone horribly wrong. It's only when we start to improvise shit when things actually go slightly right from us. We are hilariously inept at planning things.
And yet people like it. People actually watch
it. Because we're inept at getting people to hate us too, apparently.
I mean, considering that I now make my living by bullshitting, like there's a script. There's a script.
Scale your way upwards.
I do too. And I don't have a script.
There you go,
you're
see?
fantastic, so I don't see what your point is.
I don't know.
The point is that we suck really good at it.
What my point is that I'm grateful that we've all connected, and we've all had our zany rides, and I'm just glad that we're all still together, even if it means that we're together from a distance.
I want a divorce, Joe.
Okay, but who's getting custody of our child? All right. Which child?
I'm taking the kids, by the way.
No.
This is not my first time witnessing a divorce, but damn.
Child support. Okay, that means no government check for you, bitch.
That's fine with me. I got my own family to support right now.
I get paid to witness the divorces in different scripts, but this is juicy as hell.
Are you a lawyer? Only they pay for that.
Headline.
Oh, no.
Use block files of divorce from itself.
No, and now
by the way,
custody over Juan.
Welcome to the last video of the Ravens vlog. This is actually the end of it. We're disbanding right now. I'm sorry. With the virus coming up, we simply cannot risk internet connection. I'm pulling out a gun and shooting everybody I see. Goodbye, guys. Be great.
No, one of our shows, I won't say the name for reasons if anyone decides to come see one of our shows. One of our shows in the third act, and Perry can attest to this, has one of the suspects file for divorce rather dramatically against one of the other suspects. And some of the best stories come from when those attendees get really into their divorce speech, because you'll get attendees that say, "Oh, I get to file for divorce," and then they go all out. And it's fantastic.
Glorious.
We say though, in real life, you seldom get many chances to be as dramatic as you want to be. A divorce is like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of thing. Why am I the only person on screen right now? What are you doing? Get my face away from here. It's the most hideous thing I've ever witnessed. Holy shit, Jesus Christ. Stop! It's time to stop!
I'm playing with the camera cut thingies that I've got here, so I'm trying to be polite. If anyone wants to talk, I'll just put them in.
If anyone wants to talk, we'll single you out.
If you guys
Alright, so
want
that's
to
it.
talk, I mean, I do have someone who would like to say hi.
Oh my goodness.
I don't have that mount.
Is that a naked mole rat?
No, it's the great stuff out of Ronka from 14.
It's the glorious serpent of yore.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Cute.
It's
I am really happy my internet is down, otherwise.
I needle felt stuff, so I have been making little cute things.
Creeper and...
They're not... This is a cactar.
Oh.
By the way,
it's literally
running
a
back
cactus.
briefly, and I apologize for deviating
I'm
back to the
mixing
reason
my
why this
continuities.
stream started to begin with. Regarding coronavirus, Chan, there has been an incredible amount of relationship breakdown and divorce increases just because this current situation has forced couples to spend time with one another, and that has resulted on many relationships just ending. Which is hilarious. No, that means it's perfect, because if putting you guys together ended the relationship that quickly...
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Getting no audio from Angel at all.
Can you guys hear me now?
Angel, Perry, Angel was just basically saying that because of the coronavirus, the couple's actually having to spend time together.
It may
that
be
there's been a
uneven
lot
because of
like,
some sort of weird packet thing.
Huh?
I'm
Can
sorry.
you hear me, Perry?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I think literally everybody who can stream is trying to stream at once right now.
Oh,
Oh, that's probably why. Okay.
You think it's a connection issue?
Okay. Okay. Can you hear us though?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jesse, sound check.
Yes.
Okay, testing.
All right.
1, 2, 3.
Yo. I can hear Jesse. I can hear Bronze. Deimos, say something,
Heyo.
please. Deimos, speak. Well, I guess she can't hear me.
I can. Yes.
I guess she's now dead.
Okay.
I can still hear her voice.
Maybe it's because I'm on my phone and not my laptop.
Fair enough. I'm on my phone too. Okay,
Yeah,
Casper, can you say? There you go. Yeah,
Hello.
it's just kind of funny how this whole virus situation has resulted in so many relationships ending, which kind of makes me feel like if staying together for this little time causes the whole thing to break down, maybe you weren't meant to be together in the first place.
Oh my God! Screw you, Angel. You know what? This is at the same time.
If that's all it takes to end the relationship, just a few days spending close time with each other, then maybe you should have thought about it before you rushed into it. I'm just saying.
Okay, you know what, Angel?
Is this why you and Jose are getting a divorce?
Hang on a minute.
Yes,
hang on a
we're
minute.
going
I
to
wanna
war
bring
now.
this up right now because screw you, Angel. Because we actually had a
No.
talk about this some time ago. Like, you remember how you and I talked about how people make like marriage proposals in like public places? Hi.
Casper says hi, yeah.
Right.
Man.
Sorry,
Remember
Joey.
how you and I talked about how like at nerd conventions, like people like propose to each other, like to get engaged and get married and all that, and everybody's all happy, like yay!
Yeah,
And
that's always a terrible idea.
You asked a hypothetical question. What if something like that happened and the person said no at a con?
Sadly, that never happened, much to my annoyance, because I really wanted to see it, but it never happened.
Well,
And
screw
I'm sitting
you,
here-
man! It ain't gonna happen.
Well, no, we don't know unless we try, so I'll keep going to cons until I
You
see
must
it happen.
bring me a
so I can
strawberry.
remember it.
This love is
Exactly.
a thing.
What's that? It's a ring. Where's my dowry, son, bitch? But no,
All right,
seriously,
quick
I'm just saying, from a psychological standpoint, a relationship means two or more people get together. If you spend that much time together and it causes the whole thing to break down immediately, maybe you were just not meant to be.
Yeah.
Just saying. I mean, shit, man. If all it takes is one virus to cause the whole thing to break down, maybe your foundation wasn't that strong to begin with. If it works for
True.
you, congratulations. If it doesn't, then, well, good times.
Hey, look.
Good times.
At the end of the day, it depends on the people in the relationship, and it depends on how well they communicate with each other and how well they care for each other. Okay.
Yes. By the way, divorce is also a form of
That's
communication.
all a relationship is how well you communicate with each other, how much you talk to each other on a daily basis, and talk your problems.
Excuse me.
I could barely hear you, but what I did hear, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, we agree. We could barely hear what you were saying, Damus, but if I heard correctly, it was that I do agree with what you were saying here as well.
I agree.
Oh, no, 100% here. Communication is always key. But I'm saying, what better way to communicate than spending time together? And if spending time together results in the whole thing exploding,
And that's, I guess that's right. I guess he's got a point.
It's got a
the
point.
proof is in the tasty Corona-infused pudding.
Dude.
Well, that's why a lot of couples actually move in together for a while before actually getting married, because then you can find out if you really can stand them in the same house.
Compatibility is key, as they say.
Yes. Speaking of breaking up, I do need to go. I did promise my fiance that I would spend some time with them tonight, and they are dragging me onto Animal Crossing. So
That's fine.
Yes,
Yes,
I'm so
Don't kill each
excited
other.
on it. I'm catching tarantulas.
all right.
Oh, good.
Thank you for jumping in. If
Casper,
we're still
you're radical,
running,
dude.
if we're still running, then of course check it later. If not, then we'll see you another time. All right, dude. Once all this crap is over. Which reminds me, by the way,
Perry, I will see you Tuesday. No, Monday. Tomorrow, Monday. Yes, for D&D. And then the rest of you Ravens Flock folks, I'll see you lovely faces whenever I do. Why did I go into my Sir War and Peace voice? I don't know. I will see you lovely people when I see you.
Which reminds him what?
Actually, I was trying to say, this reminds me of something, Casper. We've been trying to find time to get to you because we still have your Christmas present waiting for you here, dude.
Yeah, it's been sitting here for months and months.
Oh,
We'll just give it to him next Christmas. We call it the IOU.
Well, fine. I guess if you want to see me so badly, I'll make time for you folks. No, but
And we
when's
can't
this
take
all?
down the tree yet. Not until that last present is out from under it.
Well, whenever this all passes over, we'll figure out a time to hang out. But I gotta go. So my cat also needs his insulin, so I'm gonna go give him his meds.
Perfectly
So,
All right. You take care now.
bye.
Good night.
All right. So I guess.
So if Kimmy goes back in the stream for
I return from the land of Nod.
Welcome.
Erica's
What tidings do you bring from the land of the ice giants, Moit?
Actually, Erica just said something.
I bring ice.
Saying,
Good
quarantine
enough.
calories don't count.
Quarantine calories don't count.
Ah, jeez.
Maybe they do. Maybe they don't. I'm not sure. Like, do they?
Grape juice
that
calories
doesn't
don't count.
Lol. Oh my
Very
god.
juicy.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. But no. It's
so wild here.
It is wild, and you know what? I think this is something that we could probably do, like maybe at a weekly basis, or maybe bi-weekly. Like, well, how often do you think we could do this, Juancho?
Well, we can
I was
do this
curious.
anytime you want. This is your show. You
I would like to do this every week. Because I would like nothing more than to talk with you, beautiful people. You guys are awesome, and I love to hear like any stories, anything that you guys have. Like, even if it's weird, even if it's random, even if I have to endure Angel shit talking for a while. I mean, I do it every day, but.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this how we're going to do this now? This is the reason why I'm taking the kids.
Daddies, please don't fight.
Sweetie, go back to your room. The grown-ups are talking.
Please,
Be gone, thought.
Oh my god.
We got shit to do.
Hello, CPS.
Contributed a lot.
Hello, this is CBS. I'm the supervisor. What can I help you with?
I'm sitting here sewing.
But no, I would like nothing more than to probably do this every week, and we'll continue to talk about anything like geek related, anything that we, the Ravens Flock, will bring up to you, and just try to keep everyone's spirits up, because, like I said, we are all in this together. Even if it means we have to be together from a distance, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how far we are. What matters is that we check up on each other, we talk with each other, we stay together, stay connected, and most importantly, stay safe.
Yes, for the love of God, I cannot agree more. I'm all a big proponent of, hey, if there's an interesting anecdote or a story that you guys want to share while we're all in the middle of this giant clusterfuck that we're all dealing with, like, please tell us. We want to know. Baby, that's the girl I wasn't. God damn it, I was trying to get the song right. Tell me, baby girl, because I need to.
Yeah. Channeling Garrett or Mark Anthony there. What's up?
That band still
people were
exists. That is amazing.
prepping over here, and I
Karaoke
was
stream.
because the gas over
Oh,
here.
so that's
I
how
don't know
that
if
works.
anybody knows about California gas prices, but usually gas for me is about $3.50 a gallon to $3.60 a gallon. Gas prices right now are about $2.89, which is the cheapest I've seen it since moving here in the summers. So I'm moving here in July.
Are you ready to
Figures that out.
I am
Are you ready to
for
hate
real.
us?
It is
Guess what the gas price is. That's what it is down
I
here.
don't
Figure that
wanna know.
out.
I don't want to know.
Under 2.
It seems like every time one of these big moments happen that supposedly affect the entire world.
On like Florida hurricane preparation over here in California still, and I'm just like,
That's how it feels over here.
Now everyone can experience hurricane season, except their land.
Welcome to
their
welcome to
their
Florida
water
land.
and electricity.
Yeah.
The roof.
But the only thing is, like, yeah, with a hurricane, you know when it's going to end.
Yeah.
It's like it blows through and
Everyone
it's
keeps
done.
asking for the Floridians. We're like, Florida's like, wait, where's the cone? Where's the code? Where's it gonna go? Where is I? And we're like,
You might as well just call the United States of Florida. USF. There we go.
So everybody's freaking out, and Florida is looking at the rest of the world going, first time, huh?
I explained to everything like that from like California natives, they don't know what hurricanes are because they don't get them here.
Oh, that's right. You live in Narnia or something.
I explained to
California!
What hurricane
Same thing.
prep was and what level hurricane prep they were. I was like, nobody's going for like a boost.
What's really fun is that when we
So
can
it's
only hear
like
part of the
adding
audio stream, it just seems like you're shouting random things.
Are you okay,
She
then?
lives in the land of shakes and quakes.
Well, see, this is the problem. California is this mythical
one
land.
yet.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
You've been there for years, not even
one
one?
earthquake yet.
Deimos, are you sure you're in California?
I have been in every natural disaster minus a full eruption and a full volcanic eruption and a tornado.
That's bull. Deimos, are you sure you're in California and not in like make-believe land or some shit? Are you sure
Like
you're not in
oregano
Narnia?
or Montana.
Deimos,
Or-
do you even exist?
Pretty sure they
She is a figment of our imagination. Nation.
Don't listen to him, Davis. You are real.
I knew all that beer was gonna get to me eventually.
No. I'm not.
See? My hallucinations are agreeing with me now.
But they're good enough if we believe.
See,
Don't try
I guarantee you, we're all just looking at her right now, but in reality, there's just a
I'd like
black
to
square in the middle of the screen.
apologize. I only appear to those who believe in me.
See,
Oh, so it's like the Emperor's new clothes? If you're pure of heart, you can see
just like
Deimos?
I believe,
Clap
daddies.
your hands if you believe.
No, we're not going to work. Your dad is
You are such a fairy.
No, daddies, please.
not going to work.
see, with all the coronavirus going around, I'm kind of upset because I actually had to cancel something that I really wanted to do this year, and it was already paid off.
What
I
were
was
you
going to go on an Alaskan cruise in May.
Oh. I'm
So
sorry, Chief.
we were refunded most of the money. We still have a $600 credit for another cruise, but we're still like, man, we're going to be flying out of Seattle.
Jesus. I'm so sorry, Jen. I'm
Which-
sorry.
Well,
Very,
that
very bad.
actually that
That's
explains
bull.
they have to cancel if the stopover, if launch points from Seattle. See, the Seattle, Washington area has gotten it worse than almost everyone. They've got it almost worse than anyone stateside.
Yep.
That sucks.
And that's what I was going to apply to. We're hoping we can get another one done in like late summer.
Meow.
Hopefully.
Hang on a minute, guys. Just
I need a
temporary
vacation.
segue.
Oh, Jesse!
Ooh,
Ooh.
fancy thing.
Fancy.
Ooh.
Very fancy.
What is this bourgeoisie stuff?
Show us the pretty colors. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, it's
I own
MS
that
Paint.
palette.
Just got these in today.
Makeup, you idiot.
Candy. I like candy.
Oh, they're so pretty. Oh, I see
That
purple.
palette is so nice to use. You're gonna
Yeah, there's
love
purple
it.
in this.
Yeah.
They are speaking words of a world
You're
that I
gonna
will
love
never
that
understand.
palette.
But first,
Is this what they call witchcraft? It is.
Coffee.
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 We all need coffee.
Man, this turned into a Twitch stream really
Does not
quickly.
like appearing on camera
I
very
don't want
often,
my face on camera.
but you're
You
okay
look
with showing
gorgeous.
off your bubbles and
She
your
will happily objectify every aspect of herself except her head.
But
That's-
Jesse,
Okay,
I
just as long as
understand.
we've got the parameters clear here.
All right,
I
well,
hate my head.
Damn.
Jesse's going through
I
because
think I'm going to
just
go ahead
before-
and bow out. I'm actually getting like a little bit of a headache or whatnot here. Just, yeah, I'm hungry.
What do you guys
I'm
say?
hungry.
Shall we call it a night? Harry,
Well,
I'm good.
Damus, Kimiko,
I know.
Ziana,
To
Angel.
Mac. To
Yes,
Mac.
you said it right.
All right.
Good job.
Okay,
Mm.
yeah, I would call this live stream party a win here. I'm glad that we were all able to jump in and join, even if it was for a minute or for an hour or 2 hours.
This was actually really damn good, and
it was fun.
Yeah.
Fun.
Worked
I
out
got
pretty
to- I got
well,
to
things
meet new
considered.
people. I got to speak with people that follow us. I got to reconnect with an old friend. I got to connect with another friend, and we got Angel showing up, and he takes the mickey out of any preconceived notions that you may have about the world, but he tells it to you in a way that you love and entertains you. And I
What
love
can I
that.
say?
And
I have some.
Because of that damn sexy accent.
and we managed to see a divorce and a reconciliation in the Ravens Block tonight, all at once.
I'm sorry. Who said anything? Who said anything about reconciliation? I'm coming back tomorrow to grab my shit.
You can try, bitch. I will welcome you with a baseball bat.
Yes, I can because I have your house keys.
Please.
Okay, someone's gonna get hit by a baseball bat. You need a doctor.
Okay.
Oh, don't worry, they won't. I got insurance.
Please,
Okay.
Jesse, there isn't a doctor.
I have
On
a
second
sword.
thought, we might. I need somebody to work on a veterinary.
Give
There is a doctor right here.
We have a doctor in the house.
Okay, but can the doctor really deal with that?
Actually, on
Maybe.
second thought, Jesse, get your sister. I need a veterinarian for all these animals over here.
What?
Yeah, I can get her to say goodbye.
Good enough.
All out. So, Wancho, are you still gonna?
I guess I'll keep it on mute for a few moments. And,
Okay. Well, then
but
let
we
me
are
go
going to go ahead and wrap
give-
this up.
Let me go ahead and give my customary bow out then before you wrap it up. And I'll just say, this is Jose Casabona, and I am.
She'll quickly run and say bye, and then she has to.
Thank you.
Bye.
It's been good meeting all of you.
I'll keep it on mute for a few moments, and then we'll start wrapping this baby up. Hang on. Okay, here we go.
How
And
do I
yes,
close this?
yep. And I'm going to try and keep this going. So, but yeah, no, I guess we're
How
going
does
to go ahead. And
technology
wrap
work?
Angel, you said you wanted to say something to Jackie real quick, or
No, I'm pretty much good to go.
Okay.
It's been great meeting all of you guys, and thank you guys for giving me the time.
like I'm really
We gotta
glad
check out
to-
that restaurant again sometime. They have some good stuff.
All right. Well, Terry, I'm really glad to have met you. And if Casper thinks this highly of you, then of course, I got nothing but trust in here for you, and I'm glad that you joined us. Thank you very much, Perry, for jumping in and for being a part of this little experiment that we're doing. And we hope to see you in person someday soon, and we can all actually hang out properly in the near future and get to know you better from there, buddy.
Sounds like fun.
Civilized people for
Thank you
once.
for that. And Kimiko, thank you for joining us. You're a longtime fan and supporter. Love you very much for that. Thank you so much. And
Thank you for having me.
of course, thank you, Damus. We love you. You're only a phone call away, and if you need anything, if you want to talk, we're here to talk. All right. And Jesse, Zayana, thank you for jumping in. I know that you were under the weather, but
Yeah.
I'm so grateful that you were able to come in and join us and just shoot the shit. And that's what this is all about.
I've just been really tired lately.
I guess.
And allergies. I'm actually
Oh, yeah,
allergic
those.
to the wool.
The wolves.
I can understand. But yeah, no, thank you for jumping in. And Angel, of course, dude, you're the man. We do love you. And I know that you're dealing with dumb shit happening, and I hope that shit passes too. This is all
Oh, it'll be
temporary.
fine.
It's all just
All I need is my internet to get back to me. That's all.
right. No, of course, and you will get it. It's just a matter of time. It's not a question of if, but a matter of when.
Yeah.
And I guess I got to give our plugs because Jose was giving me he actually sent me a text over here saying don't forget the plugs. So for anyone watching this live stream, thank you very much for joining us. And of course, if you wish to support the Ravens Flock, we have a TeeSpring store. Link is in the description. And so are our social media links. Continue to follow us on Facebook.com/RavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/RavensFlock online. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to this channel, go ahead and do so on here at YouTube.com/RavensFlock. Thank you very much for joining us. This has been a special live edition of the Ravens Flock, and we are out.
Remember, the Corona Chan loves you.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll see you. We'll see you. Later, Doc. And we're out.